stream. Happy Friday night. It is Friday night and the feeling's right. And we're welcoming to the stream. Oh, to the stream. Friday night and I'm feeling right. And I'm singing songs only to myself. Oh, yeah. Friday night and the feeling's right. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. It is Friday, Unqualified Expert. What's up? We will be joined by Ashton this evening. She was just struggling. Her mic, for some reason, it was working and then it wasn't working. I'm not totally sure what happened, but she came out. She's going to be right back. We were talking before the stream. She is going to be here. She does have a bikini. I'm very excited. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Happy Friday. Thank you guys so much for coming and joining me for another stream. Before we get started, I want to say hello to everyone. Hi Remy. Hi Fright Club, Backhand, XM202, Chem, Dog, Silver, Battleship. Oh my goodness. As I'm scrolling up, Jonathan, Stevie, Party Cheeks, Old Nerdy, Andrew Thomas, Tara Crystal. What's up? Tara Crystal, I got the package today. Thank you so much. Hi, Robin, unqualified listener here. Also, before we get started, we're going to hang out and chit chat while Ashton figures out what's going on there. But before we get started, I must say a huge hi, Reese. Hi, Frank. Welcome to the stream. Frank S is here. Spike and Madness. Hello. I got to say thank you to Old Nerdy. Old Nerdy just dropped a beautiful. Is there a way to make it a little bit bigger down there? I keep meaning to ask you because I'm trying to read it and my eyesight is not good enough to see that far. Thank you so much. I keep meaning to say something. Old Nerdy says, hey, Shaw, how was your Halloween? Did you get my trick or treaters? My doorbell, get any trick or treaters. My doorbell rang once. I'm talking about my doorbell. When you gonna ring it? I know that song. I like that song. I've been thinking about my doorbell. When you gonna ring it? What's up, K9 Taze? Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. Old Nerdy, I had a lovely Halloween. I ate way too much. And when I say way too much, I mean way too much candy. But you know what's so funny? We actually didn't eat that much candy. It just felt like a lot. Like I ate dinner and I was so full. And we probably shared the equivalent of I had like maybe 4 chocolate truffles and some bites of stuff here and there. It was, come on. Yeah, but I had 1 bite of each. Like it ended up not being that much at all, but it felt so I felt so much. I felt so full. I ate some, you know, it's really funny. I ate some, what are they called? Saltines right before bed, just because I needed something in my stomach that wasn't sugar. I couldn't go to sleep after all that sugar. Hey, healer, welcome to the stream. You made it. He's here. And Chris 716, Deranged Lunatic, and Lux Shampoo, welcome you guys. Hi. Fright Club. But yeah, it was a lovely night. We watched The Thing, which great movie. I understand now why everybody talks about it. It was such a fun movie. Ooh, Ashton is here. No trick-or-treaters. We live in an apartment. I'm going to bring her in just a second. I just want to get to these 2 super chats very, very quickly and say thank you to everyone. We're at 1656, by the way, 8% of the way there. Holy crap. Hi, Chris Orlando. Old Nerdy, thank you so very much. Yeah, no trick-or-treaters, none at all. We live in an apartment, so I didn't think so, but I think trick-or-treating is done. I think it's trunk or treat, and that's it now. Also, Mr. Backhand. Hi, Drewium. Thank you so much for the super chat. We got love and hugs from Backhand to me and to Ashton. 656 for Mr. Backhand. I still want it to be 666. I'm mad. Why is it never that? Why is it never 666? Huh? Tell Australia to make the conversion work out perfectly. So it's 666, damn it. All right. So anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much, both of you, for getting us started on bikini. Ooh. Hey, Dan A, welcome to the stream. I saw something about eating pizza. Oh, yeah. Oh, all the pies, all of it. All right. We're going to we're going to be joined by the lovely Ashton. She's coming in. We're going to give some advice to the internet. We're going to chit chat. It's going to be a fun time, guys. Get ready and warm welcomes for the beautiful Ashton. Backhand, tell your fake money to get it together. All right. Let's go. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you? I love that top.
You broke my heart the moment I chimed in because I don't want trick or treating to be dead. I actually think trunk or treat is the death of a society altogether.
No, it's really sad.
It's so sad. You know what's the funniest thing? I posted a video of me going out to like bar hopping with my friends. We were in full costume. I went as Lisa. My friend, she went as like this character from another obscure horror movie. And my other friend, she went as the Black Parade, like from My Chemical Romance. And we were all dressed up, like full makeup, everything, wigs, the whole 9 yards. And everybody at the bar was wearing like hats, like trucker hats and t-shirts. And we're just like, did we not get the memo? Like, is it not Halloween? And I posted the video of me making the joke. And there were people on my video who commented saying, oh, well, fully grown adults shouldn't dress up on Halloween. And I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. Because like my parents definitely dressed up for Halloween every single year, even before having me. My grandparents dressed up for Halloween long after their children were full adults. I feel like adults have always dressed up for Halloween.
Yeah, I don't understand why that's a weird thing. Also, the thing that I don't get is when you grow up, you're supposed to what? Stop having fun? Hey, you're an adult now. Just coast on in life until you die.
I feel like with all
Excuse
these people talking about preserving culture, I feel like a lot of my I guess following base is still very much following me from my old political videos that I no longer really partake in. But it's if we're all I mean, you can still not trust the government and still have a fun time as an adult. Like those two things.
I don't trust the government at all, but I'm a dress
right.
up.
Exactly. Like when did growing up me not having a fun time anymore? I don't understand that. And I feel like it's part of American culture. It's the most American thing. All the other countries think we're weird for dressing up and going door to door on Halloween. If anything, we need to embrace that even more because that's the most American holiday. I think Halloween's more American than 4th of July. To be quite honest, I think there's something so American about buying hordes and hordes of candy to hand out to people in homemade costumes. I love it.
I'm into it. I think it's great. I agree. I think that also the whole idea that you can't love your country and like, dude, I don't get it. You cannot trust the government and love your country at the same time.
Those my God. No, exactly. Like my old political slogan used to be love thy country, hate thy government. And so a lot of people always question like, well, you said you didn't like Trump, so you must be voting for Joe Biden and Kamala. And I'm like, that is not what I am. No, do not be mistaken. I'm allowed to critique a former president that everybody, that my whole following loves and still recognize that they're I honestly think America needs a whole new system. I think this two-party system is really just, it's not cutting it. No one's happy at the end of the day. Everyone's kind of fallen for this like weird compromising of the lesser of two evils. I think we just need an all-over system. I think we need to stop. I hate the fact that the majority of our taxes we never get a receipt for them. We're putting all of our money into government facilities that we never actually find out what those facilities do. On top of that, all
other countries.
We're sending them to other countries to fight other people's wars. We're getting ourselves involved in other people's business. We're playing world police. I'm sick of voting between the warmonger with the blue tie and the red tie. Like, I think America needs a whole new system. If we're going to fix our economy and our culture and society, we need to focus on rebuilding America and making America a better place. Job-wise, school-wise, et cetera, healthcare-wise, et cetera. So I don't know. That's just me. I personally am not a fan of worshiping any party or any politician. That's just kind of like where I stand on that.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. And I'm not going to get crazy into politics or anything like that because that's not what I do. It's not what I talk about. I mean, I occasionally will go on my little rants, but it is interesting that the people that hate Trump and, are voting for Kamala, they are failing to recognize that they just want to hate him and they won't
Well,
admit.
Kamala Harris is a cop. That's the ironic part of it. She's like the poster child for the war on drugs. That's why I find it so hilarious that liberals are. It's just people like Kamala because she's not Trump, and then people, it's that factor of like, I think America can do better. Do I have issues with Trump? Absolutely. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to sit here and pretend like Kamala or Biden or Clinton is a better option.
Well, also, did you notice that when Trump was in office, there were no wars?
Yes, I did realize that. That's a huge factor for me. I'm very
just
anti-war.
Throwing that out there.
The thing is, people don't realize is that a huge reason I used to wear the MAGA hat is because I do have liberal principles where I want less wars, I want less taxes, I want people to love who they love. Like I'm mostly liberal socially. I'm fiscally conservative, socially liberal.
Same.
I mean, my old political videos back when I was, people called me conservative. My boobs were pushed up to my chest. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to do that here on the old YouTube.
But freaks out. They're so uptight.
But it's a matter of I just don't trust the government overall, and I just want everybody to be okay. I want Americans to afford healthcare, to afford keeping the lights on, afford putting food on the table. I want Americans to be able to send their kids to school. Like I feel like these aren't dramatic ideas.
No, exactly. That's it. Literally, I say the same thing every time. All I want is for love who you want. But yes, people need to be able to, we need a thriving economy and people need to be able to afford to live because everyone's going to be unhappy if they're constantly working to never get anywhere. And then they don't get to retire. They're working as a door greeter at Walmart when they're 75 because they can't afford to, Social Security's been cut so many times.
Who is that lady? I think she's from South Carolina. Ben Shapiro likes her a lot. She's the lady that's trying to increase the retirement age. What's her name? She's a Republican.
I don't know. I haven't heard about it. I don't pay a lot of attention to politics.
Right.
I've been watching debates and I've actually been watching some of the Trump rallies and speeches and stuff like that. I watched him on Rogan. I just watched JD Vance on Rogan. It's interesting too, because they are painted as these horrible monster people. And it's constantly been, even in my mind, where people say these things about JD Vance, right? And it's like, oh my God, he sounds like this awful person. Like, shit, I don't agree with a lot of what he says. But then when I sit down and actually start listening to him, I'm like, oh, this is like totally not that bad, actually. He's not as bad as I thought at all.
I just feel like America needs a whole new system.
I agree.
It's just simple as that. What the one thing I wanted to talk to you though, I know this is your show. I'm not trying to like derail your show. You posted on Twitter about how like your dad knows I know you're not supposed to say like the name of the spicy site here on YouTube.
Yeah.
I know
the spicy site.
The spicy site, the bad site. I know your dad knows about it. I thought it was so funny you tweeted out, like, my dad knows what I do for a living. That's not why he's disappointed in me. He's disappointed because I haven't read this similarly. And I think it's so funny because people have, like, these assumptions of because I also do that as well. And people have these assumptions based on, like, what you do for a living because of it. Like, oh, you have no father figure in the household, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
No, I only had a father figure.
Well, another thing, too, is I know every single woman I know who does it, they're all married or married with children. They're all in very healthy relationships with a man. And it's just, it's the funniest thing to me that there's just like these there's like these people like to make assumptions on the internet. They like to assume who you are as a person.
It's interesting. I would much rather, and this is how I've always sort of felt about it. I would much rather someone's just a good person. Regardless of what they do for a living, as long as it's not hurting other people, right? It's just, you're offering a service, and some people don't like that service because for some reason sex and being openly sexual freaks people out. A lot of it has to do with religion, but some of it is just, I don't know, and they always bring up morals, and it's like, what does morality have to do? For me, morality and sex means consent. Everyone's of a legal age, everyone is a consenting adult. Like, once that part of it is those two things are met, it doesn't matter.
No, and exactly. And also the thing about I hate the word trad and traditionalism, because the problem with that is that traditionalism has changed with every single generation. And I know for a fact that like when my grandparents, got married, it was a shotgun wedding because my grandmother was pregnant with my Aunt Susan when my grandparents got married. Like most of our grandparents were like not trad in the sense of what their generation was. Most generations do not follow a trad lifestyle. They really don't. Like, I think the idea of trad really plays into what people see in like old 1950s advertisements. Like it's a fantasy. It's not real. It's something like you're not seeing what real life was like back then. You're seeing an advertisement
Right.
of what they wanted you to like think life was supposed to be, and nobody followed that.
Right. And the idea that, and I don't think there's anything, I'm obviously at least somewhat traditional in marriage and all of that because I am but it's just interesting because there's this idea that, and I see this a lot on Twitter. I don't know how much of this translates into people in real life, but you're right. They go back, and I've even seen people say that we should bring back arranged marriage, and that's just like bat shit crazy to me. But anyway, these women, they're like, well, back in the day, divorce was less common. Yeah, but men were out there banging anyone that moved, and women were at home taking freaking crazy like just drugged out,
Oh, if you
drinking all
look
the
at
time, horribly depressed. Like it wasn't a good time for everyone.
no,
Were
it
there some
wasn't.
happy, healthy marriages? Yes, of course. But they weren't, most of them weren't good. It was more like, well, we just stayed together because we had to, but I was miserable my entire life. And it's like, why do you want that?
I also don't like the idea of like you have to get married at 19, 20, 21. And I often look at the people I was dating at 22 and 23, and like I can't, I'm so glad I waited. I'm so glad I waited to like find the right person, because
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I'm a completely different person than I was at 23. So I can't imagine choosing a partner based on like the social pressure to get married right then and there. I would be miserable now. I would be devastated. And so this idea that you have to get married at a younger age to pop out babies, like if your purpose for marriage is to pop out babies, then I don't think you're doing marriage properly. Like that's
Right.
not a very happy, healthy situation to be in.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just think people need to stop with the whole, we've got to do, everyone has to follow this. Just do what's right for you. For some people, that's getting married young and having kids, and they found someone and they know and they're happy, and good
Mm-hmm.
for them. But for some people, they'd rather wait. For some people, they'd rather never get married. I don't understand what the big deal is with letting people live the life that they want to live. Just let it. I don't care. I don't care what anyone else does.
No, exactly. I mean, yeah, we don't have to go into such deep conversation. We're here to have fun, but like, what?
No, it's cool. It's cool.
I just thought like the whole tweet was so funny because I already knew like what you were like addressing without even like asking like what happened. I was like, yep, she's addressing people making assumptions.
Yeah, it's funny too, and you do get the comments of people being like, no, he's disappointed with that too, and it's like, you don't know me or my family. He's definitely not. He's actually very proud of me that I've been able to take care of myself in
Mhm.
such a good way. It's not even just about like, oh, she has a stable job. Sometimes it's, are you healthy? Are you happy? Are you able to earn a living? Good for you. And on top of that, my grandma, my dad's mom, was a dominatrix. So this is not something that is like some taboo thing in my family. No one's like, oh no, he doesn't want to hear details about it. He's my father, of course. But
That is the most badass thing I think I've ever heard in my. Your grandmother was a dominatrix?
I think she still does phone sessions. Last time I talked to her, she's like 80.
What?
Yeah, she still does.
Can we interview your grandmother?
If she could figure out how to get on here, totally.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What a pro.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want to be
no,
your
it's
grandma
wild.
when I grow up. Wow.
Yeah, no, she's awesome. She's she's killing it. So
Oh
like,
my gosh.
yeah, this weird assumption that my dad is going to be like, it's literally just, it's a job. Who cares? I don't know why you care. This is not affecting your life in any way.
That's
Move
so
on.
great. Also, like in this economy, like everyone's asking like why are there so many girls in the spicy site now? Well, look at our economy. People can't afford to have kids. People can't afford to like be stay-at-home wives anymore. It's just not the world we live in anymore. There's so many women that I know, including myself, who would love to be a stay-at-home mom and do absolutely just like clean and cook all day, and that's basically our entire life. But unfortunately, we don't live in a world where you can do that. You have to have a dual income. You have to like have either two parties working together, or you can't really have it at all. And on having kids on top of that, that's even more money that you're spending on top of hospital bills. It's just we don't live in that world anymore. We don't live in that economy anymore. So it's just it's not the way it used to be, unfortunately. And so like
Yeah.
a lot of girls end up going to OF because they can make like a good amount of money to take care of themselves. And now we're living in a world where like a lot of men, you know, unfortunately don't want to settle down as early on because they keep telling themselves, well, you know, I'll be more substantial when I'm like in my 30s, 40s, which a lot of men who do that end up regretting it because they're like, oh man, I'm you know, I'm at an age where like I can't even like chase my kids around anymore. So it's just, it's a really, unfortunately, a lot of like what's going on socially is because of because of the economy.
It is. But you know what? The truth is I don't really care that much what's going on socially. I care in respect of, you know, do we live in a socially polite society? Can people afford things? Is society running? Do we treat everyone else with respect, you know, when we're out? Because we do have to interact with other humans. We do have to live in a society. But I don't really care when people get married or have kids. It doesn't affect like me. It doesn't affect me. I'm sorry. Like I don't care. Get
Yeah.
married when you want to get married, have kids when you want to have kids. If you can't chase your kids around, that's on you. You made that decision. What the fuck do I give a shit?
Yeah. What
One
was your
thing,
Halloween costume?
huh?
What was your Halloween costume,
Oh,
by the
you know
way?
what? I honestly didn't even dress up. I sort of did. We went out and got candy, and I wore these little pumpkin headband ear things, and it was cute. And I got some free lollipops for it, and we got candy and went home and watched the thing. It was fantastic. It was great.
The Thing is by far, I think, my favorite John Carpenter movie, actually. I think Michael Myers is really
Great.
overrated. I love The Thing. It's my favorite of his. I mean, They Live is good too, but I love The Thing. Um, Honestly, Michael Myers would be at the top of that list. I just think they really dropped the ball once they started making sequels with him. If I'm being honest, I
You
feel
think
like
so?
the moment they made Laurie Strode his sister and gave him this whole backstory, it almost like made him less scary. Like, oh, he has a motive now. Because back when Michael Myers and Halloween first came out, it was really scary because during that time, that's when the Satanic Panic like started really like building up.
Yeah.
So people watched this movie because that was a time where like serial killers actually became like a thing, like a real thing in suburbia. So to have like just this guy walking around in a mask and killing babysitters with no real motive actually made him more scary. But the moment they give him a backstory, it's like, oh, he's stalking his little sister. That's great. Okay, well, he's less scary now.
Right, right. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I guess I get that. Ooh, I gotta pay attention to this bar. I just looked down and it had gone up. Wow, yeah, we have three super chats here to go through.
Oh my
Um,
goodness. Oh, you're doing Streamlabs. I'm sorry.
no, that's okay. You're good. I have to have it pulled up on a separate note, so I wasn't looking, and I looked down and I was like, oh, well, hello. Thank you so much. All right, first of all, we got 5 from Mr. Andrew Thomas. He said, "Hey Zia and Ashton, Ashton looking hot and sexy in black tonight. Even though
Aw.
Halloween is over, I'm still watching some horror movies for the rest of this week. You can't stop watching horror movies just because Halloween's over. I'm not gonna. I'm
Halloween
totally
Halloween is all year round for me. The only reason I don't have my Sam or my ghost face in here is because they were outside last night. But I am definitely a horror chick, a horror bimbo as I call myself. I Horror
heck
is a
yes."
lifestyle. It's my favorite movie genre.
Or I love horror, and I don't know if it's my favorite movie genre, but it's way up there. I definitely watch more around this time of year, but I still watch it all the time. Like I just get into moods where that's all I want to watch.
Are you a big Christmas person? Because I'm definitely that
Yes,
person where like as soon as it's November 1st, like all my Christmas stuff comes out. Like I'm
yeah,
definitely like I love horror movies and Halloween is definitely my favorite time of year. I feel like but November and December are definitely like I go all out in Christmas and then once
same.
Christmas is over, I already start planning for Halloween. So I'm pretty much Halloween 10 months out of the year and then Christmas is my one time where I'm like, okay, it's Martha May Whovier season. Let's go. Um
Love Christmas. There's something about the sparkly and the lights and the feeling in the air and the warm. And I freaking love Christmas also. Ashley in the chat has already been decorating for Christmas. She has Grinch sheets that she's put on her bed. She's like ready. She's going. She's ready for it. Yeah, I freaking love Christmas. There's something so cozy about it and like wholesome and just really nice. Like I
mhm.
really love Christmas.
I love kitsch. I love like the big, like the oversized light bulbs that you would like see from the 70s. There's something about Christmas that makes me feel like nostalgic.
Yeah.
That's just why I really wish like I noticed a lot of the decor that came out this year for Halloween as well were very like 90s inspired. Like there was a lot of blow molds,
Mm-hmm.
at Target. So I'm kind of hoping that like they play more into that, or we get like more things that play into like 90s inspired decorations. Also
Yeah,
tinsel.
I am with you. I think, yeah, tinsel. They took tinsel away. I can never find tinsel anymore. It's bumming me out. I want some freaking tinsel.
I think it's because people who have cats, they worry that the cats are gonna eat it. So
Yeah,
I
I think
don't
it's
what
supposed to be
I
bad
do
for the
is
environment too.
I mean they do make like tinsely garlands, but it's just not the
It's
same.
not the same. I want the tinsel to put on the tree and it makes it glow and it's so shiny and it's beautiful and I love it, but we don't get that anymore.
You know what they don't have anymore that was like a big thing in the 50s is like putting lit candles on your tree.
Oh yeah, we definitely should. You know what? It's a
Like
good thing that that's not around anymore.
I'm sure they can make battery operated versions, couldn't they? Is my camera
Yeah.
just okay?
No, you're good. Yeah. We also have a 5 from Deranged Lunatic. Deranged Lunatic, thank you so much. He said,
I love
"Oh
that
my god."
name.
Right? We have the best 2 pair on YouTube tonight. If you're gay man, this is not the stream for you. Hey, gay men might like it too, but just for different reasons.
For
No, thank
different
you.
reasons.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Syringe Lunatic. And then I don't even know if Rod is even going to be here for this, but I still got to say thank you, Rod. Thank you so much. He said not currently watching the stream. Finally back in the movies. Going to see Smile 2. Oh, I still want to see that.
I heard it's better than the first one.
I really liked the first one, so I want to see the
Really?
second one. Yeah.
I thought the first one was lacking a lot on like jump scares, honestly. I don't like jump scares, but I like them. I have like a love-hate relationship with jump scares.
I think that if they're done well enough, they can be great, but you have to make sure that they can't be, and I guess that's the whole point of a jump scare, right? They
Mhm.
can't be so obvious that you're like, oh, but I was expecting that. They got to
Mhm.
come at the right time. So you skip the obvious moments. Sometimes they just hit perfectly, and other times it's like, that was okay. They're not actually that easy to pull off. Mm, Old Nerdy says I heard Smile 2 is huge on jump scares. Oh,
Oh,
if you
I'm
froze
back.
for a second. Okay, there we go. I was like, oh, I was talking to you and I was like, I don't know if she can hear me.
I can hear you. My
Yay.
computer's been acting out. We just had a really big storm, and I think like it messed up one of some of the cables or something. Oh, you can see me
Yeah.
clear now. Fantastic. Um,
Yay.
so I saw Terrifier. I love the Terrifier franchise. I didn't think I was gonna like it because I'm not a huge fan of the overdone gore stuff. Like I'm not a huge fan of the Saw franchise, to be honest. But Terrifier has this weird level of camp that works really well because it's a clown. And David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown, plays so hard into that campiness and kind of makes it just so dumb and sarcastic in a way that I love it. I love it so much. If you haven't seen Terrifier, you really should see like the whole franchise.
I saw the first two, and I'm not the hugest fan.
Mhm.
I like Art the Clown. I think he's the best part of the whole thing. I think that he
Mhm.
is an iconic horror character. I think he's going to go down in history.
Oh, he already
However,
is. Because
yeah.
because I work for a convention company essentially, and so we have him do a lot of the Nightmare Weekends when we host like our horror conventions, and he has this crazy long line whenever he does signings or photos or whatever, and he actually does his photos for one day in his regular clothes as himself, and then the other day he dresses as Art the Clown, and he's just like it's like watching an artist like watching him just like go into full form as Art the Clown. It's really cool. He's and also just a really nice guy to talk to in real
I've
life.
heard that. I've heard that he's really nice. I see him at conventions. He's always takes pictures with people. His interviews are really great. Honestly, he's the best part of it.
Mhm.
And I know that the scenes are meant to be kind of goofy and over the top, but it's too much for me, and that's where they lose me. I don't mind gore. I do like gore, a little
Mhm.
gratuitous gore and some horrible death scenes, but they went so campy and over the top with it that I was like, this is too cheesy. This is
See, I
too
like
cheesy.
cheese. Have you seen Trick or Treat?
Yeah, I didn't mind Trick or Treat. I like that
I
one actually.
love Trick or
Yeah.
Treat. I love Sam. He's
Y-
great.
Yeah, Trick or Treat is good. Yeah, there are movies like that that they do pretty well. I like some of them. I
Mhm.
just I prefer and I don't mind a little bit of gore, like I said, but I prefer the supernatural horror movies, like ones with
Yeah.
supernatural elements to it.
I feel like those are the ones that actually scare me the most. Like Insidious really messes me up. So like
Insidious is oh boy. Yeah.
we just had the house like for Insidious at Halloween Horror Nights in at Universal, and it was like the one house that really made me like terrified. Like I wanted to leave halfway through. I mean, I didn't leave halfway through. I ended up going through the whole house because you can't just leave halfway through. But it was so well done, and it's just one of those things where like I am actually deeply terrified of demons. Like I will not touch a Ouija board. I won't go near anything that resembles a Ouija board. I am deeply terrified of possession, of being stalked by demons, of being haunted. I'm terrified. I will not go into a haunted house. I won't. Like I, as much as I love spooky season, everyone's like, "Oh, I would assume that you like that." I'm like, no, it's because I believe in this stuff. I will not go near it.
You're like, I'm not
Like
doing
no.
it.
Like I am a Christian. Like a lot of people, I am a Christian. Like I carry crosses with me. I have like a vial of holy water that I keep around like my neck
Totally
sometimes.
did not know that.
Yeah, like I am deeply terrified of demons. Like I won't mess with it. I won't do it.
So do you like those Exorcist movies, or did they just legitimately freak you out because you're like, no, that could happen?
So The Exorcist didn't scare me. My dad showed me The Exorcist when I was 6, and I thought it was a comedy.
Oh, okay.
Mainly because I mean she's she's pissing herself, she's throwing up pea soup, her head spinning in 360 degrees, and I'm just like, this is a comedy, right? But like I also had a lot of weird paranormal experiences when I was a kid as well. So like I would say Poltergeist freaked me out more than The
Okay.
Exorcist.
Okay.
Poltergeist really messed with me as a kid, and it was. And I actually am a huge fan of the dolls. Like I collect Chucky dolls. You can actually see Talkie Tina behind me. She's from the Twilight Zone. But that clown in Poltergeist really just, because there's something about Paranormal Activity that really just freaks me out.
Yeah.
But Exorcist was so camp. I was just like, this is a comedy. She's pissing and throwing up everywhere. Like, no.
I liked Exorcist. I still haven't seen Poltergeist though. And I know the other night Nick was like, Poltergeist, you haven't seen Poltergeist. And I don't know what it is about that movie that I'm having the hardest time starting it. I watched the trailer for it, and every time I watch the trailer, I'm like,
I will say cinematically,
it.
it's one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah,
it is
cinematic.
The cinematography is so beautiful. There's a scene where the mom is running to her kids. She's got to get to her kids, and they did this shot that I learned this when taking film classes. It's one of the most impossible shots to get done perfectly because the camera has, like, the lens has to zoom at the same pace that the dolly is moving backwards to make it look like it doesn't matter how fast she's running, the door is getting further and further away. There's a special technique, and it's one of the hardest techniques to do in film, and they do it perfectly. Oh, it's so
so you watch it for like that kind of stuff where you're like, wow, that's really impressive.
Oh, and it's just a great movie overall. The script is great, the acting is great, the filming is great. It's really freaking scary for a kid. I mean, even some adults I think would find it very scary.
Yeah, all right, I'm gonna add it to the list. I mean, it's been on the list. I need to watch it. I'm definitely gonna watch Poltergeist. I don't know why I keep putting it off. I still have a freaking long list of movies I need to get to, like horror movies and stuff. Healer, I just looked at this. We got 5 from Healer. Rod, thank you so much. He said, just wanted to leave this for the wonderful human being. Hope you have an amazing stream. P.S. You stole me a dinner pick one of these days. Rod, I hope you enjoy Smile too. Thank you so much for leaving that. And you're like going to watch a movie. You're not even watching the stream. You're amazing. I will send you a dinner picture one of these days soon, I promise. Healer with 5 said Xia went as a middle-aged midget. Healer, I thought you were supposed to be nice. It's November. It's November 1st, and you said you were supposed to be nice for all of November and all of December. And is anything nice? That wasn't very nice at all, Healer. It wasn't very nice at all.
It needs to be his New Year's resolution where all of 2025 he's nice to you.
We'll see. I don't know if he could last that long. November, I could see a month. I was suspicious when he said November and December. I was like, that's a long time. A year? No way.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, thanks.
Someone in your chat mentioned Late Night with the Devil. Have you seen that yet? It was probably one of my favorite movies.
So good. Yeah.
So good. When they mentioned the Bohemian Grove, my ears perked up a little bit. I was like, I know what this is. Yeah. Bohemian Grove. Oh yeah. I back in my heyday, like I was definitely deep into that stuff for sure. I'm
See, I don't
still
know
deep
that
into that
much
stuff.
about that stuff.
Oh my gosh, the things I could tell you, like anything to do with Bohemian Grove and like Jekyll Island and like stuff like that, I feel like is like where my true like passion politically lies, just because like the history behind it's so fascinating. And I was just surprised that like they used that in a film and like talked about it in a film, because it's usually one of those things that's very hush hush, and like it's really good. It's look up the Bohemian Grove and like every. I know there's a few YouTubers that tried to break into Bohemian Grove recently, but
And no, they couldn't get in.
uh
All right, I'm
it's
gonna have
like,
to do a deep dive.
oh, you have to. It's like Epstein Island level, like conspiracies,
Okay, all
but more
right.
but more secretive for sure. Like there's just so many.
I see. This is the kind of stuff that leads me to believe that the presidents aren't running anything anyway.
They're not. I genuinely don't believe they are.
I
Like,
don't
I
think they
really
are
don't
either.
think they are. I think it's all a show. I think it's just like lights, camera, action, smoke and mirrors. Like, I don't believe in any of it anymore.
No, and they distract us with these really big hot button items, you know, like gay marriage and abortion, and now it's the trans thing. They distract us with these things, and meanwhile, they're like, we're just doing whatever we want over here, and we're doing all this crazy stuff, and life's getting worse and worse for you and better for us. Now we just
They're
have
all
more and more
friends.
power.
They're all
They
friends. I don't.
are.
That's why I don't care about federal elections anymore. I feel like local elections are more important. Federal elections, I think, is just like a show. I think it's just like primetime TV.
Yeah, I agree. I've definitely more and more I think about that all the time, and I'm just like, I don't trust any of these people.
Oh,
um Okay, we've got, oh my goodness, another golden. These are piling up. You guys are wonderful. I just want to let you guys know we're at 108.12. We are 50% of the way to bikini. We are getting close. Ashton got a red bikini. I'll wear my red one too. We're at 108.12. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna get through these. You guys are wonderful. Slosher with a golden shower boy. Slosher, thank you so much for the golden shower boy. He said, looking great tonight, ladies. Thank you, Slosher. He said, Ashton, were you affected by the hurricane? That's
yes,
a
my
good
entire
question.
fence blew out. Basically, like it was just everywhere. So I had to basically wait 2 weeks for it to get fixed. But that was basically it. It wasn't too bad. I know
Okay.
it was way worse in like Tampa. So
Yeah, I heard Tampa got hit really hard.
yeah.
So, all right. I'm glad that it was, something that you're able to fix in a couple
Yeah,
of
it
weeks as
wasn't
opposed
like it
to,
wasn't there was
but
some
still.
flooding in my garage, and it wasn't because of like the rainfall. It's because somebody next to us, their sprinkler got busted because somebody left their trash can out. And so the trash
Mm,
can went flying, busted someone's sprinkler, and ended up flooding like the two houses next to them. So there was
that
some flooding in my garage.
sucks because of a
Yeah.
sprinkler, because of a tank freaking sprinkler.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Ashley, I'm sorry. I looked at chat at the perfect time. Ashley, if you can find a Grinch bikini, I
Hold
will
on.
get it and I will wear it.
I can find it for you. Hold on.
Oh my God. Yeah, absolutely we can do that.
The world
Absolutely.
the world of cosplay, there is no limit. What you could do even better is get a green furry bikini and then wear like a little Santa hat.
Sign me right the freak up.
Hold on,
That
let me find
sounds
furry.
amazing.
I'm
Also, hi
Googling this right
Courtney.
now. Furry
Amazing.
green bikini.
I was just talking about this with someone on the spicy site today, actually. I was talking about how much I respect people who cosplay and get into it because it is so time consuming and
Yeah.
it is expensive and it is a
It's
lot of work and it's something that I've always wanted to do, but I get every time I just get so overwhelmed because I'm
go to
like,
a
I
con
don't,
with me. I'll help
I would
make
love
one for you. Are
to.
you kidding me? I'll help make
I
something for
would love
you.
to.
What do you mean?
I've done a Starlight cosplay, I've done a Misty cosplay, Misty from Pokemon, but I've never
Mhm.
really gone as into it as I want to because I'm always like, I don't have the money for this, and this is so overwhelming, and I just bitch out
What do
because
you want? What do you want? I'll help you make it.
oh my God. Okay,
I'll
what do
help
you
you. What
guys?
do you mean? You have someone who could like do anything you want.
You're amazing. So you make a lot of your own cosplays.
Yeah, so like
Like I've seen your videos.
there is stuff for like I do get on Amazon. It's only because people request it. So like my Starfire, that was Amazon because somebody was like, I have to see you as Starfire. But like my Bowser is my baby. My Bowser, the bra took about 6 months. Hold on one second. I'm gonna go grab him.
Yeah, go grab him. I'll get through some of these super chats. Oh my god. Yeah, the Bowser was impressive. If she's going to bring it back, you guys, but I saw all the photos and they were so good. This is from a whole bunch of numbers. So I don't know who this is, but for 20, an orange boy, they said, "Hi Zia." And I thank you so much for the orange boy, whoever you are, lovely human being. Thank you for the orange boy. And also, hi. And I know it's probably someone that is going to, be like, "Oh, it was me," because this sometimes Streamlabs does that. They're a little bit weird sometimes, and I'm not sure why. Thank you so much. Thank you. I see it here, and I know it's someone. Rodium with five. A wonderful human being wanted you to hear. Hello, wonderful human being. Love you, Goober. Have a great show. Billy, love you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night, and please make sure you're getting lots of rest. Oh, let's see it.
This is the bra. That took me 6 months. I have to fix him a bunch, but this is the Koopa shell titties I made.
It's so impressive. Oh, Frank, I had a feeling. Okay, I thought it might, because I saw something earlier in the chat. Thank you so much. It might not be you. You're not the only person to do that. Streamlabs does that sometimes.
Yeah, I definitely have to repaint some of the spikes.
It looks amazing.
This. Thank you.
What is the material?
So this is clay foam. I definitely want to even it out a little bit because over time it does stretch from the heat. But I wanted to do something where most people would do an EVA foam, but I wanted a bra. I want it to look like he's wearing a coconut bra, but instead with Koopa shells.
Yeah.
And so I definitely used EVA foam for the, I would say, shields and whatnot and the armor. But this, I basically molded out circles and cupped them around. And as they're cupped, I kept evening it out. And then I made the part that goes around. And these are studded spikes that you'd see on the spiked jewelry. And then this is an old bra. This is spikes and fake leather. And then I used puffy paint to make the sort of reptile skin.
Yeah.
That goes around. But yeah, I have to replace some of the spikes on here because they're all kind of falling off. Because when I take this to a con and I wear it and it stretches out, things just unfortunately happen. But that's the process.
It's the process, yeah. And then you have to go back and mess with it a little bit. Did you sew the spikes on or did you glue them on?
The spikes in the shell are glued on. I am going to get an actual spike press, an actual press-in thing. I have a tool for it now. So instead of gluing the original spikes on, I'm going to get different spikes. I'm just going to pull all of those off. I'm going to then stamp in spikes so they don't pull out anymore because I actually got a tool to do that now.
That's amazing. That's so amazing. See,
that was my first big build I've ever made. That was 2023. So it's been a year since I made Bowser.
It's also the creativity. That's the other thing. It's the creativity that it takes and the craftiness to get to that point. I just don't know if I have that. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. You know what? I got Miss Argentina here too if you want to see her.
Yes, I do.
And
show me all of them.
I sewed in each individual sequin, and unfortunately, I didn't finish it until after the Beetlejuice premiere, but she will be back for Halloween next year. So,
we've got, all right. Well, she's looking for that. I'm going to go through a few more of these. You guys are so awesome. By the way, we're at 138. Hey, you guys, we're at 69% of the way there. I can't even press my button. Damn it. Thank you so much. Whoa. Ravenclaw. We got 5 for Mr. Ravenclaw. He said, "Hail Queen Heathen, Zia and Ashton. Simp Friday time." Hell yeah. Say what about the Evil Dead movies? I prefer the comedy aspect of Evil Dead. I do love Evil Dead. I think they do that so well. Love Asian simp. Thank you, Mr. Ravenclaw. Yeah, the Evil Dead movies are great because they play into the comedy aspects of it, and it's over the top, but done in a way that doesn't feel as cheesy for some reason. I know it's cheesy, but it feels cheesy in a great way, I guess. What do you think of the Evil Dead movies?
I love them. I think they're so good. I love movies where the blood looks like their ketchup. I love it. I love when it's neon orange. I love when it's neon orange. I think that's the best horror movies have the worst special effects. And I'm a huge fan of what is it? I think it's what is it? Not special. It's not FX. It's gosh, there's a word for it, and I can't think of it.
Practical effects?
Practical effects, that's the word.
I had a feeling that's what you're talking about, but my brain was being very slow.
I know Tim Burton says the new Beetlejuice movie is only practical effects, but I feel like that's a bit of a lie. Because I
Ew.
watched that and I was kind of like, there's things in here you can't use practical effects for.
I haven't seen it yet. We were gonna go see it yesterday, but we didn't get a chance to. I think by the time we got home, we were so tired, and we're like, let's just eat candy and watch The Thing here. But I still need to see it. I still have to watch it. I heard good things. I heard it's reminiscent of the first one enough that they enjoy it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I just I have my own critiques of the movie. Of course it's not gonna be as good as the original because it is a sequel. It never will be. I felt like there were certain characters that didn't need to be in there. I felt like there's plot points that were kind of useless. Besides that, I thought it was very well done. So
I'm excited to see it. Okay. You know what? I think it's going to be one of those that it's a nice little bit of a nostalgia boost. That's what I keep hearing. It's like, it feels enough like the first movie that you get the nostalgia. It's a nice homage. Sure, there's some stuff there that weren't good, but at least you can have a good time and be like, okay, they didn't completely ruin that. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. There's my Miss Argentina. Speaking of Beetlejuice.
Let's
see
the
first movie. And I bedazzled this all myself.
Oh my God. How long did that take you?
7 months. It's mind you, I am working on different stuff while I'm working on this as well. And the original Miss Argentina I haven't posted this, but you can see the makeup I did on my Instagram. It's like one of the first pictures I have on my Instagram, I think.
Let's see.
Let me send it to you via Instagram.
Okay.
Oh, it's not pinned anymore, but I'll find it and send it to you. Why do I have airplane mode on? Oh, that's right, because people were texting me.
I'm excited to watch The Substance. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You haven't seen The Substance yet?
No. Old Nerdy was telling me that it's amazing, and then I'll
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 movie.
I'm excited.
Oh, I want to cosplay as Sue so bad. But you know what? There's something about making cutout like lingerie that's like really hot. It's just sewing is. Oh, I hate sewing. I hate sewing machines.
Do you do hand sewing or do you have a sewing machine?
I have both, but honestly, I prefer hand sewing just because machines hate me.
Okay.
If we had apocalypse taken over by robots, like if Elon Musk's robots one day decided to just rule the earth like they do in iRobot, I'd be screwed. I talk so much trash about technology in front of Siri, I know I'd be dead. Like I know they come after me. Yes, like absolutely.
We've got another 5 from Deranged Lunatic since we're on the topic of horror movies.
There's my Miss Argentina. That's the first version I did.
Wow,
that's entirely
really
body paint.
Good.
Body paint's a fucking. It sucks. I hate
that take.
The body paint took an hour to do my entire body, and then seal it in with baby powder. And then the regular makeup, it took me like another 30 minutes. The wig, honestly, I think the wig was honestly the hardest part of the whole project. Just because, like, when you're working with the wig, I hadn't learned how to basically shave a wig and then repurpose the hair. So I was sitting there, like, crisscrossing all the hair to try to hide whatever seams I could in the wig to make Miss Argentina. And then I had to restyle the wig over and over and over again. It was just a long process.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's the part I think that makes me nervous to do it. I always have the wig that's the problem with Misty that I had as well, is I couldn't get the wig right. It didn't look right. And that was a tough part. Yeah,
because Misty's got a weird side ponytail thing going on.
She's got the weird side ponytail and she's got the bangs that are cut in a very specific way.
A lot of, for some reason, anime girls have that because my Lucy, I was going to do a blonde wig for Lucy because it was a very specific type of hair. And then I was like, I'm going to give up and give Lucy a half up, half down. I'm going to give her a half up, half down because I can't doing the side ponytail. It always looks stupid in my opinion.
It looks stupid. I agree with you. It doesn't work.
In a cartoon, it looks adorable. In a person,
because they paint it just sideways. It's not like I don't know. The side, yeah, I'm with you 100%. I don't think the side pony works. It doesn't work at all in real life.
No, it doesn't.
I am getting through these. Oh my God. Thank you guys so much. Holy moly. Deranged Lunatic for 5. Deranged Lunatic, thank you. He said, have you ladies seen the movie It Follows? And if so, what did you think of it?
I haven't seen it and I've been meaning to watch it, but there's a lot of interesting aspects I have noticed in clips I've watched it, they purposely make it feel like the world around them isn't real. Like they make it so like the phones and the cars and a lot of the technology is from different times on
Mhm.
purpose to make you almost as the audience member feel uneasy, like time is being distorted or something.
Yes, and they do a great job. It Follows was
Mhm.
fantastic. That whole movie has you feeling so much anxiety on the edge of your seat. It's just constant oh god, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like anticipation, it's like the bad version of anticipation. I know there's a
Mhm.
word for it, my brain can't think of it right now, but it's just the entire movie is that. The whole movie is that.
Because what the movie's about basically like, having relation I'm trying not to say words that get you in trouble. Relations with someone like as is
I
it's
know.
like it's a disease or something. Like is that what's supposed to be?
Yes, so
Or
basically that's exactly what it is. Oh, dread's a good word. Anxiety, yeah, dread is a really good word. But
Mhm.
it's yeah, it's you have the relations, as you say, that's a good way of putting it. Um,
Mhm.
you have the relations, and then it's this thing that follows you, and the only way to get rid of it is suspense. That's another good word. Thank you. Is to have relations with another person, then you can pass it on to that person. Otherwise, it gets you,
Right, but
and
if they die, you're the next person
it goes
basically.
back to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works. It was a really, really good movie. I definitely recommend
Mhm.
watching It Follows. Is there a shorter word for
That's why
relation?
you gotta keep doing the relations. You gotta keep doing it.
And just don't stop the relations. It's the only way it can stay alive. God, then it would just be STDs for everyone. Everyone gets an STD because otherwise. I wonder if it has anything. I wonder if it's an allegory for anything. I never
Yeah.
looked into it, but a lot of those movies will be it's an allegory for this, it's an allegory for that, for
It's
depression, blah
better
blah
t it's
blah.
better it's I wanna say it, but I'm afraid you'll get in trouble. Oh, I had a joke.
Dang it. See, I hate that. I hate that about YouTube.
I
I just want
had
to
a
be able to
joke!
make jokes and say
You
things.
can you say the F word here?
Yeah, yeah. We're far enough into the
Okay.
stream. We're like an hour in.
Basically, either you like if you get fucked, you have to fuck someone else over, is the joke.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
better to fuck than be fucked.
I mean, it's survival of the fittest.
I, like, don't know what
Survival
words
of the
are banned
fuckest.
here anymore because, like, back when I started YouTube, it was, like, 2017, it was a little easier, and then, like, something happened 2 years later where it's like, "Oh, you made a comment that could actually be something else, even though it's not what you made. Well, now you're in trouble," and it's like, "Well, great."
Context doesn't matter anymore. The whole free speech thing is that, and I understand everybody's like, well, it's a platform. It's not, it still bothers me that a platform in the United States censors as much as they do. People have to say, they can't even talk about it in just having an actual conversation, like the pedo word. People have to say PDF file. They have to say
Oh my
grape. They
gosh.
have to say, yeah, like there's all these things we have to say instead of, and it's just the power of words.
It's almost like you can't survive on YouTube unless you're Miss Rachel.
A
Like,
hundred
that's the
percent.
only
Which
way
is
is if you're
awesome.
Miss Rachel or Bluey.
Yeah, that's but I think that's all they want, and that's
Mhm.
unfortunate because then there are a lot of people out there that like to watch different types of
Like, I got banned from going
content.
live on TikTok because somebody simply asked if I had a spicy page in the comments, and because of that, I can't go live anymore on TikTok.
Oh my
So
god,
it's
that's
just
so
like,
silly.
okay. And the algorithms for everything is ruined. I feel like the algorithm in 2017, 2018, even 2019, 2020, 2021 were great. Like, you make content, everybody's seeing it, it's out there, everyone's sharing it, and now it's like I took a break for 5 years, and now it's, like, impossible to get noticed in the algorithm unless you have
Mhm.
at least, like, 300K followers or
No,
something.
100%. It's a real struggle. You put stuff out
Mhm.
there and it's like, "Oh, 2,000 people have seen your content." And I'm like, "Cool. I have like 25,000 followers. Why aren't you showing my content to anyone?"
I mean, I have about 140K on YouTube, but because I took, like, an internet break, they muted every single one of my followers. So,
Oh,
no one who followed
no.
me 5 years ago has any idea that I'm back.
So you have to put it out there and just hope that
Mhm.
that people
Yeah.
know that you're doing anything
But
again. Yeah, it sucks.
I can't tell people on Twitter because I'm silenced there, you know? I'm sorry, but Elon Musk, in my opinion, did not fix Twitter.
Unfortunately, he didn't, and I was really hoping that he would. I think he needs to clean
Mhm.
house because that was my hope. I was all for it. I was like, okay, great. Also, Slosher, you are absolutely, I forget we can do this. I haven't done this in so long. YouTube wants to be advertiser friendly, as if people who want to hear fuck don't buy laundry detergent or razor blades. Exactly. That's what I don't understand. You're absolutely right. We were talking about this the other day. That's the biggest thing that I don't understand is, do you think just because it's, if someone says fuck or talks about sex or just anything like that, that they're suddenly not going to buy products? That's not how this works.
We're so going back to 1950s advertising. That's what's happening.
It is so silly.
In 20 years from now, people are going to look at old social media that was approved and be like, wow, everyone just acted like Miss Rachel.
Yeah.
So maybe we start talking to your audience like, hello, everyone. Can you see me with your eyes? Can you see me with your eyes? Great, now Xia has 10,000 more followers. Yay!
Yay! I actually clicked on that. I know, and I guess that's what I have to start doing now. By the way, you guys, we're at 168.12. We're 84% of the way to bikini. Holy moly. I am gonna finish getting through these. Holy my goodness gracious. Healer for 5 said, here's $5 to forget that last super chat. Healer, thank you so much. All right, fine. I will forget it this once, perhaps once. Healer, thank you so much. And then another 656 from Backhand. He says, as the unofficial spokesperson for the Terrifier movies on the stream, Ashton is welcome back here anytime. Backhand loves Terrifier, the Terrifier movies. And he
love art.
I love them. So
if you go to my YouTube community page, I posted that David Howard Thornton met my dog Buffy, and he is in love with my dog Buffy. He just followed me on Threads, actually.
That's awesome. That is actually really cool.
It was great. Carmen Electra followed me on Instagram, actually, after I cosplayed as her character in Scary Movie. I made a TikTok of me as her character, and she followed me. I was like, oh,
that is so cool. That's actually one of the coolest things ever. Anytime something like that happens, I about lose my mind. I think it was Bert Kreischer that followed me, and I was like, excuse me? He subbed to my spicy site. I know. I was like, it was the coolest thing ever. I was doing a podcast with him. I don't know how I accidentally ended up on this podcast with Bert Kreischer. I still don't know to this day. It was one of Bobby Kelly's podcasts, and he had me on, and it just so happened to be the episode that Bert Kreischer was on. And Bert Kreischer was like, oh, you do, blah, blah, blah. You do the spicy site. And he's like, I'm going to sub right now. And Bobby goes, you're going to sub right now? He's like, yeah, she gets the money, right? And he legit is his name and everything. He subbed live on the podcast. I honestly don't know if he still subs, but he followed me from that thing, subbed to the thing. He's like, yeah, you want to support him? Here you go. And I was like, this is the craziest thing ever. This is so cool. Like, it was, yeah. So I totally get it. When something like that happens, it's wild. They're even the first time Jim followed me, I was like, ugh. It was
crazy.
It was exciting. It's just the little things. So that's a big deal. That's awesome. We also have 20 from Tricky, and this is going back to when we were talking about Bohemian Grove too. Tricky, thank you. We got an orange boy from Tricky. He said there's a now famous video from Bohemian Grove showing them doing eyes wide shut level of secret society shit. Mock human sacrifices, giant owl statues. They worshipped real messed up shit. By the way, both of you look very nice tonight.
Yeah, by the way.
I loved that. He's like, this is some crazy stuff, but also you two look very, very lovely. Thank you so much, Tricky. Dude, that's the stuff I've heard about, but I had no idea that that's where it was coming from. Bohemian Grove. I've heard about
one
them.
Of the things, for sure.
With the giant owl statue and stuff. What is up? Do you think that they're just so rich that they're bored?
I think that could be something. Because I look at the stuff that rich people do nowadays, and I think to myself, wow, like, you are really bored with yourself. Like, you have nothing really to work for anymore. It's why whenever I hear about Bill Gates buying farmland, or like Elon Musk wanting to go to Mars, I'm just like, why? Why do you want to do this? Like, it just intrigues me so much. I'm like, you're at the point where like you don't really have to work for anything anymore. You don't have to pay bills. So the next goal is to buy all the farmland in America and go to Mars. Like Jeff Bezos having like rocket ships going to the moon is like, in my opinion, like it's almost like super villain level, you know?
I
Like
think
he's just
it's
Dr. Evil.
Dr. Evil.
He
I
looks like Dr. Evil.
It kind of does. I think it's great to continue to push the boundaries to explore space. Ooh, we do have to. Ashley's right. We got to give something to be unqualified on. Yes, we
Oh
do. All
no.
right. I'm going to get through
Okay.
these super chats and thank everybody. And then, yeah, we'll do a couple of questions. I see a kitty in the background.
Yeah, Charlotte.
Tricky, thank you so much. Eyes Wide Shut tripped me out. And I know that kind of stuff exists, but it's like absolutely wild to know that that's real. Cause I watched that movie and was like, what is this? It's a real thing though.
Yeah.
Tricky, thank you. And then we got a golden shower boy from Dan A. Dan, thank you so much. He said, is that a Buffy picture back there? I think I'm in love with a smiley face.
That is the original Buffy movie. That is who my dog is named after, and it's signed by Christy Swanson. And hold on. There's more. There's more.
Oh my gosh. But wait, there's more.
This is how much of a Buffy fan that I am. Where is this?
Dan, I hope you're still here.
Okay. So, because I am fortunate enough where I get to go to conventions, I get to guest at conventions, I got to meet Christy Swanson dressed as Buffy with my dog who's named after her.
That, first of all, that is one of the cutest dogs I think I've ever seen in my life. Oh my
dog
God.
Buffy got to meet Buffy with me dressed as Buffy.
It's so cute. That's so cute.
And then she signed that poster for me. And she is a lovely woman.
Oh,
Very
I
nice.
love that so much. That's really cute. Aw. Okay. Dan. Look. Just behold for just like a minute. We're just going to take a moment of silence. Okay. Dan, thank you so much for the golden shower boy. And then we got another golden shower boy from Ashley Elizabeth. That's Ashley Elizabeth, and it says Shaw with a question mark next to it, but I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be Shaw Pinkheart. I'm 99% sure that's what it is. So it's Shaw Pinkheart, and that's what I'm hearing in my head right now. And every time I hear that, I go Shaw, and it's Ashley. Ashley, thank you so much. And then we got Frank, another 20 from Frank. Frank, thank you so much. He said, let's try this again. It's Frank. Okay, awesome. Now it says 20 in the thing, but I see your message that says it's Frank. Okay, we got another. Frank, thank you so much for the orange boy. Thank you. Oh my goodness. We're at 173. We're 86% of the way there.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I'm actually almost at the end. From Slosher, another 5 from Slosher. Slosher, thank you so much. He said, I think a lot of the Bohemian Grove and Epstein Island stuff is about mutually insured destruction for the so-called elite. You don't get into the club if they don't have blackmail against you. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. So you have to have, that makes a lot of sense. It's kind of similar to Scientology, I guess, if you think about it, right? Because with
that.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's so funny. I literally just popped my head because Scientology, right? You have to tell them all of your sins, and they use it against you as blackmail, but you also have to give them like ridiculous amounts of money to be part of Scientology, if I'm understanding the religion correctly.
I think it depends of like, I think what they do is, and if you're not like an actor or a model yet, they get you, they almost try to be like an overpriced agency in a weird way.
Yeah. So odd. It's so bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. These things, like I said, I just wonder if it's because these people are really, really bored or looking for some sort of meaning and purpose in their life. I would like to think that if I just got super rich, I would likely still do this because I really love doing it. It would just be the other way around where if I win the lottery, you guys will probably know because I'll be like, hey guys, so I'm giving away like 6 Xboxes. Get ready. Like I would do ridiculous stuff like that. But the most of my time would just be spent in enjoying like life and my family and my partner and my friends. Like I don't, it's so strange that I would like to think that, but I don't know if you hit a certain level of wealth where you're like, I need more and more and more to feel like a person. It's strange.
If I became a multimillionaire overnight, I would straight up just disappear, like from like I would not disappear, but I would maybe not focus so much on trying to like make money from what I do and just do what I
You do it for
love.
fun. Exactly. That's
Yeah.
why I'm saying I love doing this. So, but you do it for in different, like you're not focusing
Mhm.
so much on, okay, I have to put this much work into it. I have to put this much time into it. You do it because you love doing it and
Mhm.
you do it. But I say this all the time when people ask about YouTube and stuff like that. How long have you been streaming? Blah, blah, blah. No matter what, and I've heard Christy say this too, you still have to do it because you love it,
Mhm.
because it's going to be years and years and years and years that you're going to put into it where you get nothing out of it. So you
Yeah.
better really freaking love it before you ever get to the point where it's going to pay any bill
Yeah.
ever.
That's why I told myself I had to leave politics, because when I was doing it, I was just so exhausted. I
Yeah.
was so exhausted from it, and like my because I was working with the management company, and that's a whole other story. Like they stole like all my funds from me, basically. They
Oh,
were
Jesus
terrible,
Christ.
and they controlled everything that I did and everything I said and everything that I was, and like they also like weirdly put me in like fake relationships. That's a whole other thing. I can go over how it's an entertainment industry later, but
So
like
strange.
yeah, but I ended up not working with them anymore, and I took a break from the internet, which I kind of regret taking a break from the internet just because it really like messed up the algorithm for me. But at the same time, I'm glad I did it because I kind of figure out who I am as a person, because for like 2 years of my life, I was kind of told who I was supposed to be. And now I'm in a place where like, I get to review Halloween props for a living and dress in sexy costumes. And like, I'm really happy with what I'm doing with my life for like the first time in my adulthood. And it's such a good feeling to actually be able to do something that you love for a living. And I get a lot of comments like, "Oh, aren't you a little too old to be doing this?" And I'm like, "What's it to you?
Yeah,
Like, what's it to you? You know, I'm
who
happy."
cares? You know what? The person that I look up to, one of the people that I look up to the most, besides my cool dominatrix grandma, who's awesome, is my grandpa
Mhm.
John. He passed, God, about 10 years back now, but I loved that man so much. He was awesome. He came out to visit. I've told this story before, and this is how I want to be when I'm old. Um, this man, by the way, we hit bikini, you guys. I got to say this before we go any further. We did.
Woohoo!
I'm going to tell this story and then I'm going to go through the super chats. I've got two more, but first I want to say Tricky with 30 just went bikinis. We freaking made Tricky. Thank you so much. Wait, what is this? Is this 157? I don't backhand. Thank you. Thank you. 156. Thank you, backhand. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Tricky. K Max, I see yours. We're going to come back to it because it's going to be a discussion. I'm excited. Tricky, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And, but yeah, my grandpa John is, wow, we did it. Holy moly. I just got to take a breath and breathe for a second. Okay. My you guys are amazing. Bye, Ashley. Have a wonderful night. I hope it's not a crazy call. Thank you so much for hanging out with us while you could. We love you. Okay. Oh. My grandpa John came out to visit me, and I was a part of this soccer team, and our colors were purple, and I dyed my hair purple because I love the color. And me and this other weird kid on the team somehow convinced the rest of the team to name us. Our actual name was Mongolian horsefish with yellow hats and Tonka trucks. I don't know how we did that, but we convinced the rest of the team to go along with that name. And my grandpa John came out to visit us and surprised me at the soccer game, and he dyed his hair and his whole beard purple. And he was, like 68 or 70 or something like that. And I hold that in me because this whole idea of like, oh, you grew up. Why? Who are you to tell anyone else how they have to grow up and how they have to do life? Go screw yourself. Okay. So that was
Yeah.
my rant about that. Do you want to change into a bikini first?
Yeah, we can.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Oh my God. Thank you guys so much. Seriously, thank you guys so much. Ashley, please stay safe tonight. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. I'm so glad we got Ashley for a little while. I hope it's like a quick call and she just gets to come back and hang out with us again. Hey, Brian Kadersha, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Ryan Dyer. Wow, we got people are popping in. Hi, Ray Davis. Welcome. And K-Max also. Hi, K-Max. Welcome to the stream. Yes, Ashton is going to do it too. I love Ashton so much. For a lot of reasons, but before the stream, I was just I was like, hey, just so you know, I got a thing taken down. And she's like, girl, I'm wearing pasties. I was like, you're amazing. Now I have to put tape on so that I don't freaking accidentally pop a nerf. I-12, well, you're in luck because we're both going to be wearing red tonight. This is very exciting. Hey, what's up, short bus driver? Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. Yeah, so I watched The Thing last night. Last chance. She's headless. I watched The Thing last night, and I talked a little bit about this in the beginning of the stream, but for anyone new that came in, it was awesome. Yeah, that was a really good John Carpenter film. I know I've seen plenty of his films, but there's a lot that I missed, and The Thing was one of those. It definitely going to keep the choker on, Sasha. Definitely. I asked Nick for a hair tie, and he brought me in a hair tie, a hair clip, and the choker all stuck together. And I was like, well, that worked out perfectly. Hi, Chris Stanley. Welcome to the stream. No, the OG, I believe it was 1982. It is, I understand why it's a classic now. I totally get it. Danuvo, yes, hi Danuvo. She was explaining how she actually got to meet Christy Swanson is her name, right, from the original movie, and she was with her. She was dressed up as Buffy with her dog, who's named after the movie Buffy, and she got a picture with her, and she signed that poster. It's really cool. I'm so impressed that I knew Ashton was really into cosplaying, but I'm so impressed with how crafty she is to make all of that stuff, because that takes so much, not only just talent and nimble fingers, but the patience to sit there. She said she sequined that whole thing. It took her 7 months. Whoop. Oh, hot damn. Hello.
Hello.
This is why I keep just getting, I'm such a creep. I'm like, what hot girl wants to come on my stream? Thank you for coming on, Ashton.
Thank you.
I will be right back. I'll be back very quickly, and then we'll go over the last couple, and we'll give some advice to the internet.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Oh, hello, everyone. Hi. I will do my best to entertain everyone while Xia is getting naked. Shoot, can I say that? Ugh, YouTube and their censorship. I'm sorry. People are clothed 24/7 all the time. I keep forgetting this is the 1950s. This is like Pleasantville. Being on YouTube is like Pleasantville, okay? Bathrooms don't exist. Any beds over a twin size don't exist. This is Pleasantville. McDonald asked, do you stream once a week on YouTube? I am working on it. So I really do need to do more work on YouTube. Right now, the only main video I have is my Chucky unboxing video. I do want to stream weekly. I'm figuring out a schedule. So if you guys are interested in watching me stream and you have a suggestion for a stream schedule, I am so down. So let me know. Xia is getting in her bikini. Well, thank you so much, Ravenclaw. Are you actually a Ravenclaw? I'm in Slytherin. Wow. What would I stream on YouTube? I guess I would do like movie reviews. Could I do live movie reviews? I really like movies, especially from the 80s. I feel like the 80s were a prime time for movies. Absolutely. And Daniel says, at least it's not Hufflepuff. Andrew Thomas asked, are you excited for the Nosferatu remake on Christmas? Yes. I'm especially excited for the cast. I am so excited. I'm a huge vampire fan, actually. I was really big into Anne Rice growing up. Not so much into Twilight. I never got into Twilight as a kid, but I was a huge fan of Dracula and a huge fan of Anne Rice. I think my favorite version of Dracula is the one with Gary Oldman, though. I never got into Vampire Diaries or True Blood. I don't hate Hufflepuffs. I love Hufflepuffs. Somebody in the chat said at least it's not Hufflepuff, but I'm a Slytherin. I don't know what Xia's. I think Xia's a Gryffindor. I could be wrong though. I'm not a fan of True Blood or any of that. But I like the original Dracula. Backhand says, I am a Hufflepuff. And Jimmy, I recognize Jimmy. I know who you are, Jimmy. And Goofy is not a cow. Actually, it's funny. I just finished working on my Vampirella cosplay, so she will be coming up on my Instagram fairly soon. My fan, John Hughes. I think John Hughes is one of the greatest directors of the 80s, and I can go into great detail why. But to summarize it, John Hughes basically opened a door for an entire generation to enjoy movies, because for John Hughes, movies were really primarily for older generations or children, whereas John Hughes really basically was the pioneer in making movies for high school aged people. He basically redeveloped how teenagers view movies and how they consume them, and how they really reflect what it's like to be a young adult. So yes, I love John Hughes. I could go on forever about how much I love John Hughes. I wrote an entire paper on John Hughes when I was in middle school. Trickery says, I don't know why, but I'm really paying attention to Ashton explaining things. Well, I wonder why. I wonder why.
I like that that's what I come back on.
And Zia's back. Wow.
I am back, and we're gonna be extra red today.
Woohoo!
Red! It's a red night. It's a red night.
Oh, your boobs look amazing.
Thank you. I love them so much. They make me so happy. It's one of those things.
I want to get mine done so bad. Like, they're already fairly large.
You have great natural boobs, honestly. I'm not anti-implant in any way, shape, or form, and I think everyone should do what makes them happy, but you do have really great boobs.
Thank you. I feel like I want them to be a little bit, maybe like a breast lift, but they're already pretty up high. I don't know. I think just like when you like do cosplay, I feel like everyone in my circle has had breast plants, and they're like huge. Like, because the whole thing is when you're in cosplay, you have to have like anime boobs, right? To fill out everything. And I'm just looking around me and I'm like, I look pretty good, but I could also be an anime character if I wanted to.
It's 100% the anime titties, and that's also what I wanted. Like, having the anime titties are I definitely
like I want to put a bottle between my boobs, so in case I gotta drink something, I can just
you just put it in there and go down. Has really also Courtney, it did. I'm just gonna go over these last two really, really quickly so I can thank everybody. I just wanted to get into a bikini because we got there, and K-Max, thank you so much for the golden shower boy, and also a golden shower boy from Courtney Russ. Courtney Russ, thank you so much. He says, you know why, Courtney, we're gonna do this again. It's gonna be a showdown. It's gonna be the two of us going. It's because you're awesome. Courtney,
no, you're the most beautiful girl at the party.
No, you're gorgeous. Courtney, thank you so much for the golden shower boy. And also hi. And K-Max, also thank you for the golden shower boy. And also hi. And K-Max said, what is the favorite Disney movie villain? Could be from Disney. I think Cruella de Vil is mine. Damn, that's a good one. Of all Disney movies, though, which villain stood out for you both? That's a good question.
Ooh, I think Disney fumbled on the Ariel movie, and this is why. I'm not a huge fan of the Melissa movie. I'm not a huge fan of the Cruella de Vil movie, but I think they should have done a backstory for Ursula, because I want to know why Ursula hates the kingdom so much. I want to know why. Like, I want to know how the royal family did her dirty. Like, I want to know why she has this like need for vengeance on King Triton. And here's my theory. I think King Triton did the dirty with Ursula because the dude's got like 7 wives, okay? There's no way. All of those daughters are from different baby mamas. He's got 7 wives, as most siren as mythology will tell you.
Yes.
Okay, and I think he did the dirty with Ursula, but got in trouble with it because she's a squid lady. She's an octopus lady, something. She got them tentacles, and in the kingdom, they're kind of racist, and they go, listen, you be getting dirty with a squid lady. We can't allow this. We're gonna banish her. We're gonna banish her to keep her away from you. So I think she worked in the palace, and she got banished because of racism against squid ladies, and that's why she's pissed.
Okay. All right. Hey, look, she does live. That's a good theory. She does live in a random cave out away from everybody. So.
Yeah, she got I think he did the dirty with her. It was consensual. I think it was like a Medusa type story where like it wasn't her fault and Poseidon saw no consequences and she's the one who has to face the consequences for another person's actions. That's what I think. And it would make sense given Poseidon is technically Triton's daddy. It's happened before.
I like this. I like this theory. I love that you have a fan theory about this. They should hire you
to
write the movie.
I know. Honestly, I think I have a theory that Warner Brothers and Disney would do a lot better economically if they would just hire me. Like I have so many ideas for the HBO Harry Potter series. Like there's things that could be done, and I feel like they won't be done. I feel like everyone's excited. I'm excited for the series in hopes they actually include things that were left in the books.
But
I feel like they're gonna fumble so hard on it, and I'm not happy about it. I'm really worried because Harry Potter is like it's one of my favorite. Like, I moved to where I moved because I love Harry Potter so much, and I'm just like sitting here and I'm like, oh, they're gonna fumble this so bad.
I am so nervous about it. I know they're trying to entice us all by being like, oh, we're gonna put Peeves in it, so every book fan is like, oh, Peeves.
So we almost had Peeves.
I know.
And we almost had the perfect casting for Peeves. It was Rick Mayall. It was the perfect person to play Peeves, and he passed away right after the very last film, which means we can't get him anymore. The one time we could have had the perfect casting for Peeves was when they were making the movies, and they left him out.
I know. It's super frustrating. I can't believe of all the things they cut that. I understand like cutting Professor Binns, for example. Oh, Tricky has a good point here. See, I don't know that much because I watched Disney movies when I was younger and then stopped because I'm actually not a huge Disney fan. I really, really love the Miyazaki films, like any of the Studio Ghiblis. But why does she have to have a reason to be evil? Number one, she's the antagonist. Number two, I thought Ursula and Triton were siblings. Oh,
that's the thing. That makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the thing. Like, I don't understand, because like she's a squid and he's got a fishtail. So how could they be siblings?
Maybe they got different daddies or different mommies. Like they're half siblings.
They got different mommies because Triton's daddy was also a hoe.
Oh snap! There you go. Okay,
they just keep having different baby mamas.
That's what it was. They had too many baby mamas. And so you know what? That's a good point, Jimmy. Siblings don't stop Greek gods. That's true. That's a good point. That is also a good point, Tricky, that you bring up, because I don't mind having and I do enjoy having an antagonist or a villain in a movie or a show that doesn't really that has a backstory, has a reason for being evil, that you can sort of see the human in them. Like they're almost an anti-hero, but not. Like you're still like, okay, I sort of understand why you're like this, but you're still a dick. Those kinds are very interesting. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes there is something to be said for seeing a villain that's just a villain because they're just an evil dick. They're just a villain.
Okay, we have some comments I had to point out. I know we're big on like the Streamlabs, but I gotta read this. This is so funny to me. This being siblings doesn't stop Greek mythology.
That's what. Yeah, I actually just read that one.
and then we have another one. It says, I don't want to say the word because it's probably banned on here, but like, oh my gosh, this is funny. Oh my Greek gods are from Alabama.
Yeah, that one is really good. And also, speaking of from a couple more even here, C-Stan with the freaking orange boy just said cheers. C-Stan, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Cheers, C-Stan. We've got Wow. Another orange boy. And then another 5 for Mr. Ravenclaw, who said, ooh, red bikinis talk about Fast Times at Ridgemont High, or in this case, Fast Times at Unqualified Live, starring two blondes, Zia and Ashton. LOL. Bought by you. Brought to you by Asian Simp. Thank you so much, Ravenclaw. We're at 248. We're like 52 away from Christmas card, which we can officially start calling Christmas card now. We can officially call it Christmas card. Do you want to do some unqualified experting?
I would love to.
Yes. Okay. There are some always very interesting ones in here where you're like, okay, these are people in the world. Okay. Ooh, yikes. Okay. So that one, my boyfriend, this girl's a 28-year-old female. Her boyfriend's a 35-year-old male, and I have been together for a year and a half. Those Roe versus Bros clips have recently resurfaced on my IG feed, where the host asks men basic questions about women's bodies, periods, etc., and many do not know the correct answers. I explained the concept to my boyfriend and playfully wanted to ask him some questions. From just a few questions, I discovered one, he thought women peed from their vagina and didn't know there was another hole. Apparently, that's super common with guys. 2, he thought a tampon was the thing that goes across your vagina. He was thinking of a pad. 3, he didn't know why women got their period, just that they bled for 5 to 7 days. Okay, accurate on timing. Now, maybe I'm giving into the whole progressive, wow, men really know nothing about our bodies propaganda, but I think, especially the first one, is pretty concerning for a 35-year-old man. What's more concerning is he didn't even want to talk about it and just get back to his show. Well, because he doesn't care. Maybe I sprung this on him, but I thought it would just be interesting to ask. My concern is some subliminal disrespect or disregard for women, especially in 2024. Is this a red flag? Oh, well, that is a pretty big leap. I think Frank says she's dating a waterhead. Frank, I agree. I've never in my life met a guy who didn't know those things. However, that being said, I don't think that's really a red flag. I think that's a pretty small issue. I think he probably is just like, yeah, I don't know why you're asking me about this. I'm trying to watch my show. But I don't know. I don't think it's that crazy.
Oh my God.
And to be fair, I don't know everything about. I didn't even know this lounge zinger. Pee is stored in the balls. I didn't know that at all.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
no, it's not. Y'all are messing with me.
That's what Lounge Zinger said. He could totally be messing with us. I have no idea.
No, it's not. Men have bladders.
Oh, yeah. Why did that I just believed that. You're right. What the hell is wrong with me? I just believed that. I was like, wow, that's so crazy. He got me so good. I was like, oh, wow. Oh, killing it. Absolutely killing it. God damn it. That's so terrible. That's a red flag. Just get rid of me. That's so bad. Oh, Lounge
Men
Zinger, that
definitely
was
have bladders.
They do have bladders.
I don't think it's in the balls.
Oh, God. No, it's definitely not in the balls. No, Daniel, he said he'd be nice for this whole month and next month. Yeah, I don't know. There are a lot of guys that don't know about the pee thing. I just kind of laugh about it whenever I see it, but I've never met a guy who doesn't know it. Brian, I get at least one blonde moment per stream. Okay. That's true. You do only have one hole, Frank. So, but I've heard that I don't know how true this is. There are 2 different lines going out of it. So one is for the good old men of the sea, and the other one is for the pee. I don't know if that's true.
I thought it was the same hole for men.
It's the same hole for men, but I think there's like 2 different lines.
Well, yeah, there's definitely 2 different lines, because
one goes from
the
bladder and one goes to the balls.
Men of the sea are in the balls. Okay, I'm gonna cup some right here, and then there's one from the bladder, and then one from the balls, and they come up and they go through the penis.
They converge apparently, and there's a gate that switches it. See, this girl is reading way too much into this. None of us know that much about we're all kind of like, yeah, how does that work exactly? I don't think this is a big deal. She's over here like, I don't know, is this something against women? It's like, no, he probably just wasn't paying attention. I don't think he cares. Like, this is not, you're making this way bigger of an issue than it needs to be. It's a men of the sea. I know you can't pee and ejaculate at the same time, which is why it's hard to pee with, but yeah, that's Frank. I've heard that before. So I don't know. I think this girl's making a big to do about nothing. I think she's freaking out about nonsense. Is that a kitty?
Yeah, Charlotte. Want to say hi, Charlotte? Want to say hi?
Come say hi, Charlotte.
Want to say hi? There we go.
Aw, kitty. Aw, she's so cute. Look at her.
She's talking to the mic right now.
She
has lots to say. She has
What's
lots
up, Charlotte?
to say.
Charlotte, how do you feel being a kitty in Florida? That's fascinating. Hi, Saw.
Hi.
Oh, look at that kitty.
When I first got this cat, I've had her for 2 years now. I'm obsessed with her. I think I first showed her on Christy's show when she was like a tiny, tiny baby.
I was gonna ask if you got her when she was a kitten. So you got her when she was a baby, and now she's still a baby. I think when cats get big, they're still little babies.
They're just big babies.
They're big babies.
She got big. She was the runt of the litter, and now she's giant. Aww. I fed her a lot.
That's so cute. Sasha, this is really funny. I like how Ricada joked once that he was going to explain to his daughter that women offended God through their fallen nature, so he makes them bleed once a month as punishment. Solid
isn't
parenting.
Isn't that the reference from Carrie?
Is it? I don't know. It might be. That's really funny. I haven't seen Carrie in a while, although I've seen the original and the remake. The original is, of course, fantastic. Oh my. We're $2 away from Christmas card. I don't know what just came in. Hold up. K-Max just dropped a 50. Holy banana. K-Max, thank you so much. For Pete's sake, that's a whole pink boy. That is a whole pink boy. He said, Z, if we reach 300 tonight, what more can be done? I'm going to do Christmas card, my friends. We're $2 away. We're pretty much there. Is there a goal to get to squats? Squats is 4. Also, for you both to get more compliments on your top half or bottom half more, chest or butt compliments more often. Ooh, how about for you, Ashton? K-Max, seriously, thank you so much. Sorry, Thanksgiving card.
To get on my top or bottom? What?
Do you get complimented more on the top half, the bubs, or the butt?
I feel like it's 50-50. I feel like it's mainly my top half because people see my top half more often. But I feel like my butt gets a lot of compliments when people see that too.
I think because I grew up with itty bitties my whole life, my butt definitely has still and has always gotten the most compliments, for sure. Oh yeah, that's right. It's the giving gooser. My butt gets more than anything. But I've been getting a fair amount of compliments on the new bubs since I got them. For the most part, I haven't gotten anything negative about them except on Twitter maybe once, but you just ignore those. Thank you, Andrew Thomas. I've been working on it. Also, I got my I put this in the Discord, but I just have to tell everybody because I'm so unbelievably excited about it. I got my XDL, aka RDL, up to 170 pounds, which is like more than I've ever done for any sort of a deadlift. So that was really, really exciting news. Thank you, short bus driver. That's very kind of you. That is very kind of you. Look, I never had the bobs before, but you know what? Some people like the small, some people like the big. Whatever you got, some people are going to like it. So thank you, Simple Pie Man.
I need to get more fit. I need to work out more, honestly. Like, I feel like I'm not like, you can't, like, look at that.
You look fantastic.
There's no muscle there.
Honestly,
it's just steady arm. It's steady arm.
There's nothing wrong with that. You look so good. If I looked like that without having to do anything, oh boy, that'd be awesome.
It's speddy arm.
There's nothing wrong with a little speddy arm. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, we're at 298. Holy crap. Seriously, KMax, thank you so much. Um, wow. Yeah. So we're gonna do Christmas card, aka Thanksgiving card. Squats are at 4. Ooh, Sasha, cool. Do the bobs get in the way of any workouts? You know what? Actually, so far, no. Now, especially now that these are over the muscle, I haven't really dealt with that at all. It's the under the muscle ones, I wouldn't do anything directly chest related. Even now, I try not to go too heavy, but I can still do direct chest again. The only thing I think that they kind of get annoying for are sprints. I can't do any sprints. Otherwise, they're bouncing. It's insane. It's insane. CFH90, I could not agree more. No, I can still do push-ups, Ryan. I can still do push-ups. I can do anything for chest now. It's just running is an absolute no thank you. Because these things freaking they bounce like a mother. Too much. Oh wow. Okay. We hit Christmas card. We did. Who did that?
What's Christmas card? What do we do?
You're about to find out. You do not have to do this, by the way, but you are more than welcome. I just want to let you know. Wow. Okay. Tricky for a golden shower boy. And then C-Stan dropped a 5 as well. Both of you guys at the same time just did that. Seriously, thank you so much. We got a golden shower boy from Tricky. He said, well, jiggle my bells and call me Santa. Tricky, it's that time of the year. Let's go. Sasha said, please do, Ashton. And C-Stan for 5 said, just to put you over the top. Thank you so much. Okay. So Christmas card is where, oh no, I dropped something. Damn it. I really have to get my chapstick. Guys, I'm just going to be a minute because I have to get my chapstick because my lips are really, really chapped. I'm so sorry. I dropped it over the chair. I'll be right back.
Oh.
I'm just going to, just a second. Just 1 second.
She dropped her chapstick over the chair.
I dropped my chapstick and I got to get it.
Very solid reason as to why, as to get that.
Yeah, you get it.
Lips are very chapped right now. She really needs her chapstick.
I really need to get it. Oh no! I'm stuck!
Step bro, I'm stuck!
I'm stuck, step bro! Ow, my freaking thumb! Oh, there's still a piece of candy back here from Halloween. See, that's why we do this. I got it. I got my chapstick and I got a York patty and I got candy. So it's for educational purposes because when you're reaching for something, you have to have proper form. So Ashton, if you drop anything, we'll help you with your form is what we're trying to say.
Fantastic.
Yeah. We're really good at this. Whew. Okay. Wow. Oh, piece of candy. Oh, I love that this kitty is just like hanging out with us.
She likes, I want to get her a little bed for like the side of my desk so she can just chill out next to me.
Yeah, that's what she needs.
That's exactly what she needs.
Gotta like make sure everything's good. We're good. No adjusting. Oh my God. Wow. Thank you so much. Tricky just said, I mean, if Ashton drops something, ...
You can watch me drop all kinds of things on my spicy link.
You know where it is. You know where it is, guys. Dropping all the things. Yeah, I drop a lot of stuff on my spicy sites. Good Lord. All the things. Oh, I just did my first live stream on the spicy sites.
Oh, you did?
I did. I did it Wednesday night. Wednesday night was the first one. It was so much fun.
It's so fun.
I had a freaking blast. I wasn't expecting it to be as fun as it was. And just in general, I was honestly really nervous and really freaking out. And even when it happened, I was still kind of like, oh, but getting naked live was like way more comfortable than I thought it would be. And it's like down to how awesome chat was. I was like, this is incredible.
Yeah, it's honestly, I love streaming on there because I mean, the only problem is it's hard to play video games on there because you can't really link up OBS and play video games like and show like your game. That's the only thing.
Yeah, it's probably not made for that so much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
awesome.
it's fun to do naked video gaming though. It's a fun time.
Yeah, mean, honestly, anything naked is super comfortable. Frank S, thank you. Like, it was
It's just better naked. Everything.
everything is better naked. And Old Nerdy, every song that you shared, thank you so much, was a hit. It was a hit. Every single one. Oh, thank you. You're amazing. I forgot that I was thirsty. All right. We are going to give some more advice to the internet. Why did it get so hot in here all of a sudden? Right? It's like on fire.
Wow. Maybe you need to bend over and get your chapstick again.
Oh, man. You know what? That's a good point. I dropped my chapstick again. Oh, crap. Oh, no. I got to get that. Oh, I gotta get the chapstick. Oh, God.
Oh no.
My boobs do kind of get in the way of stuff like this.
Yeah, let's go reach down and grab something, and these things just go, nope, sorry. You can't go any further.
We can't go this way.
No.
Oh, my God. Ow. You do kind of get stuck a little bit. Oh, my God. Also, did you guys see what I got today? Do you see what a lovely, wonderful person sent me today? Do you know what this is?
It's a squishmallow.
Yes, it's a raccoon squishmallow. I got my very own raccoon. I have my very own raccoon. This is like, I meant to bring this up immediately, but of course my stupid ADHD brain, once this gets put down out of my sight for a second. Look at it. It's so cute. Thank you so much. I love it so much.
I feel like squeezing those. I feel like squeezing those is the most fun thing in the world.
They're so cute and soft. Yes. Oh my God. Not only that, but they're just like so soft. It still has a tag. It still has a tag. It's so cute. His name is Rocky. This is Rocky Raccoon. And his squish date is 4/25/2021. Don't stop Rocky. He is on a roll. Rocky has been an adventure seeker since he was a little and plans on climbing his first summit this year, grabbing a hiking stick and bring the fun. I'm sorry. It's just the little things in life. And one of the little things for me is this raccoon squishmallow. I'm going to sleep with this. Tricky. If you squeeze the pillow, you could squeeze other things. Rocky Raccoon went into his room only to find Gideon's Bible. That's the first thing that popped into my head. Okay, sorry. Rocky will go back down here because he is hiding all the goods. So we'll put Rocky back down there and we'll get back to unqualified experting. All right, let's do this. Dun, 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 dun. You guys are seriously amazing. Thank you. My best friend is married to my brother. She and I went drinking together recently. When she was drunk, she confessed to me that she pressured him into quitting his job and becoming her stay-at-home husband so that he would be financially dependent on her and unable to leave her, even if he finds out she's been sleeping with other men. The next morning, she confirmed what she told me when she was drunk was true. Now I know that I should tell my brother he is being cheated on, but I just couldn't find the right words for this. What do I do? You got to tell him not even just that, but that is one of the most insanely diabolical, well thought out, messed up things ever, that he's dating a sociopath or married to a sociopath and he needs to get the hell out of there.
Yeah,
You gotta
what
tell
the
your
hell?
brother. That was insane. That's like she thought about this and is like, oh, quit your job so you can't leave. Like, oh my God. She like thought that out. She planned that out. She was like, wow. That's on a whole other level.
That's actually insane.
That's so crazy. Yeah, definitely tell the brother. For the love of God, tell the brother. Jesus, seriously, Adam. Some Kathy Bates misery type shit. Like she's wow. And also, that's your best friend is married to your brother. I would rethink that friendship. I don't know if I want to be friends with someone like that.
No.
Wow. Yeah, that's like exactly next step being hobbled. That's so old, like uber controlling. That's so bad. Also, they're married. She's 24 and he's 26. I guess we were talking about this earlier. I guess there's nothing wrong with getting married when you're young. You better hope it's someone that you really love and not someone like this. Fright Club, you don't have to apologize. Have a wonderful night, Fright Club. Fright Club, thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's tricky. Yeah, I put that a little bit too nicely. You're right. No rethinking. That friendship should be over. Yeah, your friend is insane. That's also
no
retarded.
kidding.
Yeah, that's also retarded logic. Stay-at-home parent. He's entitled to part of her wages if he leaves. Slasher. Good point. This girl's also an idiot. So she's diabolical, but a diabolical moron. Wow. Yeah, that's a super messed up thing to do to someone.
That's so gross.
It's wild to me that these people out there exist. And it's both genders that do insane shit like that. I feel like women are better at doing it in a slow, sort of psychological way. It's gnarly. Danuvo, yeah. Tricky, yes. Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like. Frank asks exactly. Why did he quit his job and become a stay-at-home dad unless that was something that he really wanted to do? Like, you have to come to that together to be like, hey, this is something that I really want as a dynamic in our marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Old nerdy, that's true. Dudes do it too. I don't know. What do you think, Ashton?
I think she shouldn't even be friends with that person anymore. It's really gross.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, ew. It's so gross.
Bad friend. Bad friend, bad wife.
Bad friend, bad wife, bad person.
Get rid of her.
Find your brother, hook your brother up with someone new.
Yeah, seriously, find him a better person that doesn't suck. God. Maybe do a little bit of vetting a little bit better. Oh boy. All right, here's another one. Jeez Louise, it's all this relationship stuff. Slasher, that's what I'm saying. The fact that she planned it out is what makes it so bad. Ooh, Saw, you're right. 4 more likes for a happy dance. The fact that that was like, yeah, yes. That's the kind of happy dance that, guys, 4 more likes and we do a little happy dance. We're getting so close. We're 4 likes away from 200. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay. So this next one, again, 22-year-old female, married to a 25-year-old male. It's only been a few months since we got married. We were dating for 2 years before. I was decluttering his gallery on his phone. This is something he knows I do from time to time because his gallery is full of useless pictures he doesn't need anymore. So I do it to save space. All right, so that's an agreed upon thing. We both have full access to each other's phones, FYI. Great. Today I deleted something I didn't mean to, so I went to the trash folder to retrieve it. I'm so shaken. I don't know how to write this. My fingers are trembling. There were 2 nudes of 2 of my friends that were AI generated, meaning he probably uploaded their photo in some website that undresses you. Why is there even a website that does that? Welcome to the internet, lady. My blood went cold. I was stuttering and couldn't breathe, and my heart is palpitating. I really loved him, and I saw no signs. I don't know what to do. Oh. Where do you stand on that? What do you think?
I don't know.
I think, oh God, this is such a tough one. As far as why are there websites that do that? That's the internet. That's probably one of the least bad things that could be going on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
See, this is a tough one for me. It sucks because it's against the friend's consent, right? And that's unfortunately going to happen no matter what. It more sucks for the girls that someone is taking it away from them and being like, okay, you're going to be naked for me, even though they don't want to be naked for him. At the same time, it still isn't.
Wait, can you
real.
say the whole thing again? Can you say the whole thing? Like it's like a they're using AI to make her naked?
So yeah, so this girl was going through her husband's phone and deleting his photos. He knows that she does this. She goes through and clears out his gallery because otherwise it just piles up.
Yeah.
She accidentally deleted something, went into the folder to the trash folder to put it back into the regular folder.
Right.
She said there were 2 nudes of 2 of my friends that were AI generated.
Okay. One, That's a little weird because it means your husband wants to fuck your friends.
Your husband probably wants to bang. Yeah.
Which, I mean, to be fair, a lot of men do look at other women and think that. But
It's gonna happen.
The fact he's going out of his way and making these AI generated images, it's a little odd. It's just, I have. There's so many AI generated pictures of me. It's insane. Yeah. It happens, but like that's your husband. It's honestly, it's weirder that it's her husband. And it's not even like celebrities. It's her friends that she knows, and he probably spends time with.
That's what's it's weird because it's like, in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that bad. Like, this isn't the worst thing in the world. It's not real, you know, it's AI. He's not actually talking to your friends and getting nude pictures from them. So that's great. It's weird thing to find out about, but it's 100% not cheating. Yeah, I don't think it's cheating at all. And I don't think that you need to be absolutely losing your mind or freaking out. He's also a really young guy. Ryan, yeah, there's going to be a lot of people that hate fake nudes. It's not bad per se, it's just gross. Yeah, I think it would just suck to find out that your husband is like, "Ooh, I need to see your friends naked." But what's the difference whether he sees an AI picture of them naked or he thinks about them while you're doing stuff together or while he's jerking off naked? It's probably going to happen either way type of situation. Yeah, it's a little weird. Maybe have a conversation, but I don't think it's the hugest deal, and I definitely don't think it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
I think just talk to him, let him know that it's bumming you out and those are your friends, and you hope it's not a slippery slope leading to something else. But if he's just looking at fake pictures, like, you know,
it's not that bad, but I would definitely, if you're uncomfortable with it, address it because you need open communication in a relationship.
Yeah, that's really what it is. You got to have open communication. You should be able to tell your partner what makes you uncomfortable in a relationship, and they should, at the very least, respect your feelings. It's not saying that you have to bend the will to one or the other, but there's going to be compromises each way. But you should at least be able to say, like, hey, this thing makes me kind of uncomfortable. I don't know if I'm super into this. And then you should be able to at least have a conversation about it. Oh my God. Yeah, 2025. Remy just said, hi, Remy, by the way. Guess she needs uglier friends. Yeah, just stop being friends with super hot girls. That would be so hard for me. I feel like all my friends are really hot. It just like would not work out. I would kind of freak out at first, but I would need to cool down and be cool with it. It's weird. He's creating the pictures, but not because of cheating. It's because of invasion of those girls' privacy. That's where it kind of gets me. It's a little bit of invasion of privacy where I'm like, that's what sucks. Like, those poor girls weren't consenting, but we are going to getting into a weird time of AI where that's going to become a real issue. And I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what we do about that. Sasha, that's exactly what's happening. Ooh, Dan, I like it. I like that. Just set him up and have him find AIs of her male friends on her phone. Yeah, flip the script on him and see how he feels about it. Then you can have a real conversation. AI needs to be regulated a lot. I'm not excusing him doing it, but is she giving him the right attention and reason not to be looking fake AI nudes or not? Since they just got married, I hope so. I hope they're really young. I hope they can get to a point where they can have communication about that kind of stuff as well. Like having a healthy sex life and at least talking about it. Because that's the thing. When you're with someone for a long time, there are always going to be ebbs and flows. Your libidos aren't always going to match up. It's super normal, but it's just how you handle it. So if you're with someone for, 20, 30 years, what are you doing about it? Are you going through, it's like, hey, we're going through a little bit of a lull right now. Let's, maybe we schedule a time, or maybe we put a little more effort into it, or, it's, you just have to be able to navigate those things if you're planning on being with someone for the rest of your lives or long-term like that. Also, we did get to 203 likes. Thank you. Here's the happy dance. Do a little bit of this. No stupid tag. There we go. There's the happy dance. Thank you so much, you guys. We got over 200 likes on a live stream. I had a burp. Yay!
You
Billy,
okay?
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I was just reading a comment and I'm like, what does that mean? I know we haven't done a happy dance in a while. This is
Yeah.
weird chick double think. You both have spicy sites, so you're inviting it. You have it coming. I don't know what that's in reference to. You assume he wants them for a wank and no other reason. He has naked AI images of his wife's friend. I don't know what else that would be for, and I'm not really sure what that means.
Yeah, we're not talking about me and Xia. We're talking about people we don't even know on the internet.
Yeah, I'm just confused. That didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, this is weird chick double think. You both have spicy sites, so you're inviting it? Question mark. First of all, two women having spicy sites. Even if we were talking about ourselves, that's not.
I don't know if that's what he's trying to say. That's why I'm confused. I'm trying to figure out what he means by that.
You have it coming. You immediately assume he wants them for a wank and what?
I don't know. Hey, how many drugs have you had, Billy? Billy's had too many drugs. It's for research purposes. Sasha, legitimately, we do that. I don't make Nick. I mean, but I'm like, if you see stuff, Nick, for ideas. He got into the bad candy. Oh, responding to Remy's comment. Okay. Maybe. Well, but I don't know. I'm confused. We got another 25 from K-Max. K-Max, thank you so freaking much. 25 from K-Max, and he said, if Ashton and Xia did a movie review show, were any movies worthy of this in 2024, or only movies from the 1980s and 1990s? Some people have a favorite movie of each decade.
From each decade? Like every decade?
Yeah, Billy, I don't think any of us immediately went to Men Only Want One Thing at all.
No.
We didn't at one point say that or insinuate it. Like even a little bit.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think we said that at all.
No.
Just guys are horny sometimes and jerk off to things. I don't know. That's yeah. Okay, sorry, movies from decade. What else would he have naked AI pictures for besides wanking to them? What else would he have them for? Yeah, no one just has porn pictures on their phone for what other reason? That's what we're talking. Like that doesn't make any sense at all. K-Max. Movies in 2024. Well, we did just talk about Late Night with the Devil, which was a really great movie, and the Terrifier movies. I think there's some really good stuff that's coming out. It's just not it's coming out a little more often now. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's definitely been some decent movies that I've seen, recently. It's just not as common, it's not as often, but I really think that a lot of stuff from the 1980s and the 1990s would be really fun to talk about. Favorite movie from each decade? What do you think? Do you have any?
I mean, that's the problem. I don't have a favorite. It's 10 years you're talking about. I guess maybe
I know it's tough, right?
the 90s Death Becomes Her, 80s probably Beetlejuice.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I know. I'm really trying to think about that. That's a tough one. From the 80s, yeah, you'd have to split it into genres.
Probably, I think Carrie came out in the 70s, right? Yeah, so Carrie would be 1970s.
That's a good one.
That or One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is really good too.
Oh, I loved One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I saw that when I was a kid. Gotta rewatch it. It's so hard. For some reason, I can think of stuff, but as soon as I'm on the spot and I have to think about it in the moment, suddenly my mind goes blank and I'm like, what movies? What movies have you seen? From the 90s.
Tremors is 90s.
I've never seen Tremors. I know that sounds insane.
Oh, it's so good. I think Tremors is 1991 though. Like it's early 90s.
Who's in that? Is anyone in that? Is that like a big movie? Like cast wise?
It's got Kevin Bacon in it.
Kevin Bacon. Oh shit. Okay.
Footloose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tremors. Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up really quick. Tremors.
Yeah, Reba McEntire is in it.
Oh,
I forgot about that. Reba McEntire is in it. I forgot about that.
Okay. A small isolated desert community comes under attack from underground monsters. That sounds fun. Does it still hold up? Has anyone seen it recently?
Tremors is so good.
It sounds a little bit like Dune. Which came first? When was Dune written? It sounds interesting.
Dune is from the 80s. Like the book is written in the 80s, I think. Oh, actually, hold on. No. I know the first Dune movie is in the 80s. Sorry, I'm wrong about that. The book series, I'm looking it up right now, were written in 1965.
Oh my God, 1965? That feels wildly ahead of its time.
So the first Dune movie, hold on, I'm seeing a pattern here at the late 80s. The first Dune movie, I'm trying to see, was 1984, which is funny because Beetlejuice, I think, is like 1988.
Okay.
Which has giant sandworms. And then Tremors comes out in 1991. I'm pretty sure it's 1991. And that's got giant 1990, and that's giant sandworms.
So there's a lot of giant sandworms and stuff going on by that.
The late 80s and 90s was obsessed with giant sandworms.
And do you notice that the giant sandworms look a little bit like, everybody was joking about how the giant sandworm cup looked like a fleshlight. I wonder if there's some autoerotic undertones there or something, even though you wouldn't want to stick your thing in something with teeth like that.
Yeah.
Bye, Jake Dog. The Age of Giant Sandworms. You know what? Old Nerdy Star Wars. That's a good one. Star Wars from the 70s. That's a great one from that decade. Which one did you say from the 80s? We are better for it.
Beetlejuice is 1988.
Beetlejuice. Yep. Beetlejuice is a good one. There was another one that I saw. I think it was Old Nerdy that said it. No, where'd it go? Star Wars. Oh, Goodfellas. Goodfellas was 80s. I thought Goodfellas was 90s.
I thought Goodfellas was even later than that. Hold on.
When did Goodfellas come out?
The
Godfather. 1990.
Yeah.
That's close though. If you're coming out of the end of the 80s, I can see. I always am like, is it 88, 89, or 90? Okay. Wow. Goodfellas is 90. Dude, that movie, I watched that recently again, and that movie holds up so well. Goodfellas is one of those movies that it feels timeless. Even though it's obviously set in the 90s, it still feels so timeless. It's so fantastic. Bye, Christy Only. Thank you for hanging out. Hey, CW. Oh my God. What about Godfather? That's another good one. That Scarf. You know what's funny, Wooly? Scarface, I didn't mind. I didn't hate it, but I just thought it was okay. I don't know. I watched it around the same time I watched Godfather, Goodfellas. Scarface was my least favorite of those movies.
Yeah. I wasn't a huge fan of The Godfather.
Did you watch all three of them, or did you just watch the first one?
The first one's kind of boring, but I feel like the third one is the best one. Or the second. Either way, I'm not a huge fan of the first one. The first one's kind of...
I loved the first one, like really loved the first one. And I actually like the second one a lot too. I still haven't watched the third one, but I heard it's like notoriously hated. Everyone hates it.
I'm probably thinking of the second one then.
Probably the second one, yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I am thinking of the second one. The second one I thought was a little better than the first one. But I'm not a huge fan of the Godfather franchise though.
Yeah,
It never appealed to me.
if it's not something you like, it's just you know, if it's not that type of movie, you're not going to get into it. So I get that. Ghostbusters was 1984. Oh my God. They really did make some fantastic movies in the 80s and the 90s. Just some really, really good ones. And then there have been some good ones since then. It just seems like they're fewer and far between.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the 80s was the prime time for movies. So it was the 90s. I feel like movies weren't as good in the 2000s.
In the early 2000s, there were some bangers, but yeah, as it went on, it
Because
kind
like
of
in like the mid to late 70s and the 80s and the 90s, it felt like there was back-to-back good movies. And then the 2000s is like a hit or miss. And then now it just feels like I can't even walk into a movie theater. Actually, no, it's not true. 2024 was the year that good movies, I think, came back.
I think
Because
people are so sick of garbage that we're actually getting some good stuff.
yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry. You were saying because
I just feel like I don't know, like movies I think are starting to make a good comeback because there wasn't a lot of movies this year that I saw in theaters that I didn't hate. Like Lisa Frankenstein I was obsessed with. The Substance I was obsessed with. I loved Late Night with the Devil. Like there's so many movies that came out this year I feel like were just so good.
I
Deadpool
really
and
think,
Wolverine too is great.
yes, I really think that people are getting sick enough that they're not spending their money on garbage, and at least some people are starting to realize it. So they're seeing their opportunity to get in and make something different, something that feels more low budget. Just, I think, something overall that speaks to people more than the drivel that they've been giving us. Oh,
Yeah. What's Raiders of the Lost Ark, Top Gun, Back to the Future. Yeah, the 80s were so good.
yeah, there was some good stuff. Oh, Sin City. That's a good movie.
Oh, Big Trouble in Little China was so freaking good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good.
You know what I think sucks about now is that for the most part, with the exception of some of those movies that you mentioned, which I think is why they're so good, is it seems like people are afraid to take a chance and no one's being innovative or creative or coming up with something that's different anymore. So it just seems like they're rehashing things and doing remakes and sequels and prequels and these, don't get me wrong, I loved a lot of the Marvel movies, but at one point it just gets to be too much. And then, the DEI that they're doing, which is hard to ignore because it's pretty obvious, even from, a pretty liberally minded person. It's like, I see what you guys are doing, and I think people are getting sick of it. So it's been really cool to see some of the creative stuff that have come out of that. But those are the ones that are good. It's not that people are tired of remakes. Very formulaic, tricky, yes. People have to have got out of the habit of going to the movies. When I was a teen, we would go to the theater, then decide what to watch. Now people wait to see if something looks interesting. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
It's so sad.
I know. It kind of takes the magic out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
Aww.
Pooh.
Oh, I'm gonna miss these because I'm not paying attention. Billy, thank you so much for the super chat. We got 5 from Billy. He said, "I'm sorry for ruining things. How dare you, William?" No, you didn't ruin anything. I was just confused. I was like, what is he talking about? Lots of hugs and love. Love you, Goober, and you look great tonight. Tummy yummy, and Ashton's a freaking babe too. Yowza. Hug, love you. Good night, Goober. Love you, Billy. Good night. Please get some rest. You've had enough drugs that I think you need to definitely get a lot of rest.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, Jay, I'm sorry. This is reminds me of something. Excellent point. Jay said everybody has a smartphone in their hand all the time. So why do you need to go to a movie where you can't use it? Jay, this reminds me of Nick and I went to go see Twister. We went to go see Twister, and it honestly made us both sad. We left the theater and we were both just like, dude, what the hell? It was this girl that looked like maybe she was late teens, early 20s, around that age. And she was there with who was clearly her mom, and you could tell her mom wanted to spend time with her and go watch a movie with her. She was probably in college, who knows. She spent the entire movie on her phone. She didn't watch the movie at all. Her mom was watching it by
The
herself. And the
Twister
girls,
movie?
yeah, and she was just sitting on her phone on TikTok the whole time. It was so sad. I felt so bad for the mom sitting in the theater the whole time. And I was like, why would you even go? Old Nerdy, it's so obnoxious. It's really sad. And I think these freaking kids don't realize it. And I'm sure I was like this too, but I don't know, maybe not. You don't get that much time with your parents, man. They're not going to live
Yeah.
forever.
Especially if like you don't have like someone like me who didn't get the best relationship with my own mother. Like it definitely like kills me that I see girls with just great relationships with their moms and they don't appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so rude. It is rude, Simple Pie Man. It sucks. The whole thing sucks. Do you have time to do one more, or do you need to hop out of here?
No, I definitely have time. My night is all yours.
Yay! Okay, we'll do one more. You guys, seriously, thank you so much. This has been such a fun stream, Ashton. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Okay, so my boyfriend told his ex-wife I was self-centered. Yikes. I'm an ass and went through my boyfriend's phone. At least she admits that in the first sentence. I'm an ass
Yeah.
and went through my boyfriend's phone. We've been together for about 6 months. My boyfriend and his ex-wife are in the process of divorcing, but live apart and are separated. And they have a young daughter. That's a tough
That's
situation to get into.
already messy.
Some of the messages I read on his phone are almost the same texts he sent to me at the same time as he was talking to me, and he's sending me the same dumb reels and memes. He cleared his message history with her a few days ago, which bugs me out. But after he deleted everything, she asked him if he wanted to be with me even though I was self-centered. Was he just mad at me when he said that? I'm not going to pretend like I can't be self-centered, but why the F is he talking about me to her? And even worse, why is he hiding what he said? I've been telling myself this entire time they always go back to their wives and trying to just ignore that feeling, but I'm freaking out now. Half of me thinks I should just cut my losses. Am I overthinking this? What should I do? Oh boy.
Oh boy, honestly feel like I hate to be that person, but like if he's not having open communication with you about talking to his ex and if they're having conversations about you, then that's a problem. Yeah, I don't think he's over his ex-wife.
Yeah, I actually, Old Nerdy summed it up too in just a couple words. She's a rebound and she's transitional. Yeah, this isn't a relationship. I'm sorry to tell you.
I would never like honestly if a man's like, "Yeah, I'm getting divorced or I'm separated." It's like, "No. That means you're not divorced. That means that means you're a hookup while he's trying to get through the divorce."
And it's 100% not going to be a real relationship. It's not a real relationship. And the fact that, like you said, he's still talking to her, especially about you. Yikes.
Yeah.
That's
No,
bad.
Sorry.
Get out of there.
I'm so sorry.
Get out of there now. And I'm not saying you shouldn't date like someone who's divorced or someone who has kids. You know, that happens to a lot of people. And sometimes they go on to find a second love or whatever. That's fine. But just at this point, no. It does hurt to be in that situation.
It does. It's terrible. It's absolutely awful.
Run to the hills, run for your life.
I know. It's just one of those things where like
sorry, go
you
ahead.
gotta be smart about not, I don't mess with married men ever. I am also wary about divorced men. I mean, like I've dated divorced men in the past. Like,
How'd that go?
Their divorce wasn't their divorce wasn't public. Like people had no idea that they had been married once. Like they're a public figure. And like it was just like, I mean, I hate to say it, but like men who are a little older and like divorced, I hate to like be that person who generalizes, but sometimes they're not the most obvious and they tend to date women younger than them because they themselves are insecure and they're not grown up yet. That's what I'm saying. It just sucks because like you think like dating an older man, like, oh, he's ready to settle down. And it's like, no, they're not. Like there's a reason they're still single.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I know you were talking about that a little bit, but like they put you in relationships. They were just like, here, this is going to be who you're with now.
I've never dated a man who wasn't like in transition though. I wouldn't do that. I just feel like it's too messy. Somebody in your chat says home wreckers wreck homes, I guess. It's like, well, she wasn't the home wrecker. To be fair, the man
No.
told her that they were divorced. Like, it's not her fault.
Or even separated or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's still, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never really dated anyone much older, I guess.
Yeah. I just like, the oldest I've dated was maybe like 10 years, and like it's just, there was such like a cultural, and don't get me wrong, I love movies and TV shows and music that are older than me, but and this could just be the kind of person I was dating, but like he had no personality outside of like his one little niche, and that was watching sports ball, right? And like that could be like someone like my own age will just do that, just watching sports ball all day. I can't date someone who only likes sports anymore. I can't do it just because I can't. It's just it's almost it's just I don't know what it is. Sports on TV is weird to me. Like I can't watch sports unless it's in person, right? And
Okay.
I just feel like certain people need certain kinds of people who are like even if I like put out a tweet or something that's like a certain pop culture reference, it actually breaks my heart if people don't get it. I like to be surrounded by people who like are willing to talk about the same movies and TV, even if they haven't seen it. Like at least just talk about it with me, you know?
Well, I think that's kind of the thing of just finding someone that has common interests with you.
Yeah.
And I definitely don't think that
It's
like
also like I felt like I also never had an issue with watching sports on TV beforehand until dating him, but it felt like my interests were the weird things. Like my interests were the things that he could make jokes about and like insult, but his interests were the normal things that like normal people were into.
yeah,
And
see, I
that's what
don't like
bothered
that.
me.
No, you're right. That's rude.
I'm not
That's
trying to trash on people who like sports. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is I don't like when people have a certain interest and they think that their interest is the normal thing and therefore they're superior mentally to me.
yeah. I agree with you 100%. I honestly don't think that it's a very cool thing just in general for anyone to shit on or belittle their partner in any way really, but especially their interests. You shouldn't be making someone feel bad because of things that they like or ways that they are. I think that that really sucks. Hey, Ashley is back.
Hi.
Yay. I agree with Dan. Normies are boring. Whoops. Sports being their entire personality. Yeah, that does happen too sometimes, which I agree. It's like, I can't. Normies are boring, and I can't deal with girls younger than 32 ish anymore. I honestly think that there's something to be said for dating, and I'm not shitting on age gaps to an extent either. I know people that have them. Sometimes it just works, but I think there's something to be said for emotional maturity, the emotional maturity that comes with a certain age, and also just having similar interests because you grew up at a similar time. Sometimes
Mhm.
it works out where it's not that way, but I do agree to an extent. Absolutely. Like
Mhm.
I want to be able to talk about the stuff that I'm into with at least them knowing what I'm talking about.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Absolutely. I love wrestling, but it's barely a fraction of the things that I like. You need more than one interest. Daniel, I agree 100% with that as well. Tricky, yeah, yeah, absolutely. I agree with that as well. If you just are interested in one thing, that's not a
Mhm.
particularly well-rounded person, right? Like I love the gym. I love to work out, but I do that for 3 hours a week. That's not my whole life. That's like a very, very tiny, tiny portion of my life. I do it for 3 hours a week because I love it, because it makes me feel good, and because I know how important it is for you as you age, especially as a woman. And also because of what my job entails, it makes a lot of sense. But what are you interested in for the other however many hours there are in a week?
Exactly. And I
You
guess the
know?
thing is like people always ask like, "Oh, I just assumed you want to talk about politics." It's like with my whole shift from political content. I thought you just want to talk about politics all day. Can't you just go back to politics? It's like, no, I don't like this anymore. I have other interests and other hobbies that I've liked
Yeah.
even before politics. And everyone's like, "Oh, you're just changing because it's trendy." It's like, no, if I wanted to do something that everybody wanted me to do, I would have stayed in politics. I am changing because I'm simply thinking, you know what? I've always liked horror movies. I've always liked movies and pop culture. I might as well just stick with it and keep doing it. Um, and I think that's the problem with the internet is that people kind of pigeonhole you into something. And that's it's just I don't like that.
I
I don't like
actually
being.
did. Go ahead. Sorry.
Wait, say it again.
No, I was just gonna say, I actually did have someone comment once on one of my things. This was like a long time ago. Do you do podcasts or do you do, OF? And he was like, which is it? He was like making it so much like, well, you obviously can't do both. And I was like, what?
You mean like every person on the internet has like multiple facets? Like they do YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, spicy page, Twitter. Like they do different like there's so many like bigger names out there who like for example, like I'd hate to use Jake Paul as an answer as an example because he's like the YouTube guy that everybody likes to crap on. But like the dude's into boxing, the dude has like sponsorships, the dude has brand deals, the dude has a podcast, the dude does this. Every successful person on the internet, the only way they can be successful is if they do multiple faceted things. They have different parts of their life that they're interested in and then dip their toes into. Like if you're only doing one thing, you're not going to really get really far with it as a life. And honestly, people aren't one dimensional. So
yeah. No, I know. It's this weird thing where people are like, but you have to choose. Like, why? Why do you have to choose one thing? And you're right. It does make someone incredibly boring if they don't have different interests. And Ashley, I love, by the way, that she said, oh gosh, what was it? I like sports ball a lot, but I like other things too, like the Grinch.
like the Grinch.
I love that you have the Grinch on your mind. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with liking sports. I also went through a long period of time and I really want to get back into it because there's not a ton of sports that I like, but I love MMA. I love MMA. It's something that I grew up watching. It's something that was really huge for me in a lot of my developmental years.
I'm surprised you're not into cosplay then, because pretty much every like cosplayer I know is obsessed with MMA because there's so much costuming involved into it. Like there's an entire like facet of like nerd culture in cosplay that's in wrestling.
Well, wrestling and MMA are different. So wrestling is definitely no, it's okay. No, it's okay. I love wrestling too, though. I do love from like the 90s into the very early the Attitude Era wrestling is one of the most amazing things.
Oh, MMA is like boxing. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. MMA is mixed martial arts. It's
okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're. Oh my God, you're totally fine. Don't apologize.
I was thinking WWE. I'm sorry.
It's totally good. You're right though. Like wrestling is all costume. You're absolutely right.
Oops.
Yeah, MMA is a huge part of like of a lot of cultures, but Hawaiian culture in particular. Ashley, me too. I love pretty ladies. I do. I spend way too much time looking at pretty ladies. I'll be looking at stuff on the spicy sites and scrolling through and just looking at things, and Nick looks over at me and he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, it's for research purposes. But yeah, MMA is amazing and I want to get back into watching some of that because there was like a 10-year stretch of my life where I watched The Ultimate Fighter, I watched every pay-per-view, I watched all the fight nights, like I watched everything. Tricky. Time for the pitchforks, guys. Ashton got something wrong. That's what it feels like on the internet. If you say one wrong thing, people are like, well, you're just a moron. And you're like, wow.
I also feel like people are really afraid of being wrong. Like I made a comment about Trump's like tariffs where I was like, well, wouldn't that just mean that like companies would up their prices? Like, wouldn't it still be cheaper even with tariffs to have products made overseas because making things in China is vastly cheaper? Like, and people like just stormed on me on Twitter like, no, Ashton, how could you be so stupid and wrong? And how would you hate Trump for this? And I'm like, listen, I'm just asking a question.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm not a political expert at all. I am asking simple questions. I am bringing things up to attention. If I am proven wrong, I will accept being wrong. I've been wrong many times in my life, and that's okay. Like it's not that deep. It's not that crazy.
Yeah, it's funny, but people absolutely lose their minds. I was talking about that today, funnily enough. I was like, the tariff tax thing, and I truthfully said, I have no freaking idea. And I'm not sure anyone does either. I see people arguing on both sides, and I'm like, I don't know who's right, but they both are certain that they're right. I've got no clue. Mm-hmm. I would love to say, I know, and it would be good for this. I don't know. Oh, God.
Simple Pie Man says politics is poopy.
It sure can be. It
is.
It's true. Old nerdy, it's true. Saw, I love it. Gym and sports and golfing and doing Spartan races. Saw you like all the things. Hey, Mark. Ashton, thank you so
Yes.
much for joining. This was a ridiculously fun stream.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. I'm really glad that you wanted to do it. I was like, yay! Excitement. I also like before we get into plugs, you guys are so amazing. Thank you so much for tonight. We got to Crimis card. We got 156 bikini streams in a row. I still can't believe the streak is still going. You guys are the most amazing group of heathens on the entire internet. I say that all the time because I mean it and because I love you guys. The support still is just blowing me away. I'm gonna pick a day to do the spicy site soon. I mean the spicy site stream soon, and I'll let everybody know. But that was also so much fun. Yeah, Sasha, that's a good point. Glad the hurricane didn't affect you too much. Seriously. Also, before we end too quickly, Ashley, Ashley, God, my words are just getting ridiculous. That's how I know it's like, okay, time for Zia to go to sleep. I love that everyone loves different things. I'm not really into anime or chess or mushrooms or politics, etc., but I love everyone enjoying things that makes them happy. Ashley,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be nice if everyone was like this? That's such a healthy way to be. It's so nice.
Oh my gosh.
I agree so much. Okay.
I wish.
I know that's like in a perfect world. Wouldn't that be good? Ashton, where can everybody find you? Where can they follow you and support you and all the things?
You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram as the Ashton Blaise. There should be a link that's in the chat that'll bring you to all of my links from YouTube to Instagram to Twitter. My spicy link, everything is there.
There we go. Perfect. Yeah, the mods have been sharing it in the chat all night. So make sure you click that and click on all the things and go support Ashton everywhere. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Ashton, thank you again. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel and you like the kind of stuff that you've been seeing. There's lots more where this came from. Leave a comment afterwards. It totally helps out with the algorithm. I'll be back on today's Friday. So I'll be back on Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern for another snack stream. And then I'll be putting together another spicy stream and I'll let you guys know when that was. Cause yeah, I'm still blown away by how cool that was. Have a wonderful night, you guys. And hold on, I can do this the right way. I think I'm going to have to end it on two things, but I will. Zia on Sunday. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Wait, I got to end the stream and wave.